Hello, everybody. J-Man here in the Phantom Zone. Today, we're going to talk about everything that's come and gone this week. There's a lot of stuff. DC Comics is not at San Diego Comic-Con. That's weird. There's the whole Kenobi thing, which we didn't cover last week because there was no show last week. We can talk about Ms. Marvel, which is boring the crap out of audiences everywhere. No, it's boring the crap out of the 5 people watching it. And what else came out? Superman and Lois, which my wife calls it Man and Lois because there's no super going on. So we'll talk about Man and Lois. And let's see who we have. Some people already are here. Skeptic, what's going on? Could not be reached. How's it going? Compliment. So, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. And check this out. So I got I got this one. I'm halfway done this book. I grabbed this one. And I picked up the first 2 Jedi. What were they called? Apprentice series or something. The first 2 of the Qui-Gon Kenobi Apprentice Jedi Apprentice stuff. Whatever the one we talked about it last time. So I grabbed those. Kenobi isn't that bad. Star Wars prequels are perfect. Well, Kenobi is that bad. And the Star Wars prequels are not perfect. Jedi Apprentice, yes. All right. To discuss this and other amazing things, we have one of our regulars. Hello, Steve.
Hey, J-Man.
All right. So Skeptic is saying that Kenobi wasn't that bad and the prequels are perfect.
Well, Hold on a second. Skeptic really shouldn't comment on streams when he's not sober. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, where's my thing for that one?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
That entire speech is gold, man. That's one of the best speeches ever done. I mean. Yeah, I'm leaning with could not be reached. We can get into it, obviously, but Kenobi, I was not with it from. We have mutual friends who were like, "Yeah, the last 2 episodes, were really good." I'm like, I went from, I think my 3 emotions were appalled, bewildered, and not disgusted, but like just could not stand this entire series pretty much from episode 1 to episode 6. Reva is indicative of how psychotic the writers are, because only a lunatic would have a character cut off someone's hand and stalk a child and try and sell that as they can be redeemed at the end.
It was all because of Vader. Okay. Why is she mad at Anakin? Or why is she mad at Obi-Wan? Like, she was so hell-bent on capturing Obi-Wan. That was not made clear. Well, he has ties to Vader. So they're not friends. Like, okay. If a villain hates someone and wants to hurt that person and they kill the ones that they love or whatever, but Vader doesn't love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He hates him. They don't like each other. So if you hate Vader, attack him. It's really nonsense.
It's pretty bad.
It's very lazy and it's actually bad. It's lazy and bad. I got something to address, and I'm going to address this a few times as more people come in. Why does everyone need everyone else to validate their own opinion? There's movies that you like that I don't, vice versa. There's movies that I like that no one likes. And I'm not going to sit here and argue about whether they're quality movies or not. look, I like Hellraiser 5, Inferno or whatever. It's like, and people think it's a crap movie. I like Hellraiser 5. Am I saying it's a great movie? No. It doesn't matter if it's a great movie or not. On my scale, it's probably like a 6, right? Maybe a 5. But I like it. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your rating is. I like it. I don't need other people to like it. I love Highlander 2, the Renegade version. Everyone makes fun of it now. Now it's a joke that I don't even love it that much for it to be a joke that I love it. Because it's like, it's become like this running gag now that I love Highlander 2. It's like, I really like Highlander 2 a lot, but I don't love it so much that it's worth it becoming attached to me as something that, oh, J-Man loves this crappy movie. Like, we could pick other crappy movies that I love more than Highlander 2 too. I'm sure I've got other ones.
I mean, you've been taking flack on Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah. And I don't love that enough to, like, I'm trying to think like Superman 3. I'll take flack for that.
Oh, I'll take flack. I love Superman 3. Yeah. I fight Sean all the time on that because he's like, it's a bad movie, and I'm like, no, you're a bad watcher. That's what I like. There's certain things, and yeah, Skeptic's right. I respect opinion, but here's the thing: don't try and sell me crap. Try and convince me it's gold, and they get pissed off at me when I say no, it's crap. Like, the validation of opinion is really weird, and I even my dad. He has that Leonard Maltin book. He's got the Leonard Maltin, and he'll read it, and he's like, he'll talk about a movie we like. He's like, they said it was a bomb. I'm like, well, they're a bomb. Who cares?
Who cares?
Like, I don't care. I literally, if anyone went through my library of movies and said crap, shit, I would not care because it's mine. It's not yours. I don't care. If you don't want to watch it, we won't watch movies. P.S. You're probably not coming over again because there's nothing here for you. But like, it doesn't matter to me. But like, don't try and convince me. Like, don't get mad at me and try and make this a political thing. I am not much in the vein as you, a political person. I'm aware of politics. I don't care about Cat in the Hat. I haven't seen, so I can't comment on it. But
I didn't see it either.
Don't try and make this a gender thing or anything like that. Don't try and politicize this to me because I'm not looking at from a political point of view. It's a storytelling point of view.
Right.
Riva.
Oh, right. She was a bad character.
She's a bad character.
But we don't need, hold on. I wanted to say something. We don't actually need, hey, Josh, how's it going? You know what? I haven't seen Stranger Things season 2.
I'm gonna rewind that one on you, Josh, because second season to me was kind of whatever. It was whatever. It was literally, I felt like, other than 11 living with the sheriff, there was nothing going on in that season. It was just a rehash of season 1. So I didn't actually see 3 or 4 yet. I've heard 3 is awesome. I've heard 4 is awesome. I haven't seen either, so I can't comment.
I had this conversation today with my wife. We're watching a British show from the mid-70s called Survivors. Mm-hmm. What it is that there's a plague, virus released, humanity is wiped out, and it's about the survivors of that plague. Episode 1 was 10 out of 10. I'm almost done season 2. There has yet to be an episode that is not minimum like 9 out of 10. Honestly, I'd say they're all 10 out of 10. And then so this sparked a conversation because this week's Orville I thought was awful. It was the worst episode of the Orville, and it was really bad. And actually a couple of people have said they're backed out. They're done. They're done over one episode. And there's been 2 seasons of Orville that have been very solid and entertaining. And there's been about 3 or 4 episodes of this season that have been solid and entertaining. This one was awful. Now, I'm still going to continue watching it because one bad episode amongst many is not enough for me. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is, why do I have to watch multiple hours of meh or okay episodes to get to something that's going to be eventually good? I don't have unlimited time on this earth. Like, like episode 1 needs to be good. Episode 2 needs to be good. 3, 4, 5, whatever, season 1, I mean, I don't like if I was any other man other than me, I would stop watching Superman and Lois, which we're going to get to when our buddy comes on. I would stop with that because it's like, I'm really thinking it's off. It's just boring. So yeah, okay. So hold on. The design was flawless. Designs. Okay. Reva's a bad character. The film, she wasn't there. Well, we actually have proof that Riva is not liked, and it always goes back to the money. Now, Steve, I believe Steve has Luke's lightsaber. Is that right?
No.
Empire.
No.
Luke's Empire or Luke's Jedi?
I have Mace Windu's and I have Anakin's.
I'm sorry, Anakin's. You have Anakin's blue, Mace Windu's purple, right?
Yeah.
And I've got Vader's red.
Yeah.
So these lightsabers, just for you guys to know, they insta sell out. Like, you have to get them right away because they're literally gone. They're gone. And then you're like, I don't have them anymore. They're gone. Riva's lightsabers on HasLab right now requires a 5,000 MOQ. That's a minimum order quantity. That's how I call it. Like, that's the terms I use in my business. So it's got 5,000 minimum order requirement, right? Quantity for it to go to production. 5,000 people need to buy that Riva's lightsaber. Literally every lightsaber that I look up is gone immediately. And it's like $1,000 now on eBay.
Yep.
It's like 3 to 4 times what it costs.
Right.
So her current lightsaber is $500 right now. Now hers has got that ring around it.
It's the Inquisitor's one. Yeah.
It's a bigger one, right? 5,000 people need to 5,000. That's nothing. People will 5,000 people is nothing, right? It's not. It hasn't made the minimum order quantity yet. You know how many people, and it's got 8 days left to reach it. You know how many people have bought it? 1,300. That is bad. You have to think all of these lightsabers sell out instantaneously. Like, they're gone. And it's like Vader's lightsaber gone. You got, so no, she's not very interesting. She's not scary. She breaks all of the rules. It's the typical Mary Sue thing where all of a sudden lightsabers don't hurt her, right? Qui-Gon gets nailed and he's dead. And Qui-Gon Jinn, who had several apprentices, he mastered under Dooku, right? And all of a sudden he stinks. Like, he gets nailed with Darth Maul by a lightsaber in the gut. Like, that's a kill, right? No, Riva's good to go. She gets in, she gets back up, and everything's fine.
She walked it off.
She walked it off. That's really bad. Let's go up with some of these comments here. The only reason why everyone's, I know, and it's like nobody wants that character. Really think about it.
Yeah,
right. It's her story.
Yep, agreed. I think I have a.
I can explain that. Yeah,
I can explain it too.
Go ahead.
It's almost like using science to explain spirituality to me. Like, you don't use a definitive thing. The Force is a spiritual thing. Midichlorians is just like, oh, they're atoms. They're like bacteria, whatever. It's like, really? That's it? Like, the Force is bigger than us. Midichlorians is just like, it's like friggin' cold molecules sitting in the air after you sneeze. It's nothing.
Like that. Yeah, that's the reasoning. It's supposed to be like Gaia or one of these things like this, like spirit of the, but not just the spirit of Earth.
No,
it's the spirit of the universe of the galaxy. Of being, and there's just something that binds all matter and stuff together. This idea that manifests itself into midichlorians, which what can we see those with a microscope? Because he can test for them. He puts that thing on them, and then he tests for it. That removes the magic. Yeah, that makes it a scientific thing. Oh, you have more midichlorians than me, therefore you will be a better Force user. I always thought the more spiritual you were and the more training you did and the more meditation you did and the more journeys you went on, that's how you became a better. Like, I actually thought that Yoda was at the point where he didn't need lightsabers. Like that's just a tool that he doesn't need.
Yeah.
Like when Yoda fought Count Dooku, it was a very cool scene. But I would have liked to have seen Yoda not even use weapons. Like he goes to hit, and he just uses the Force to stop it. It's like, psh, 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 psh. Like
Well,
you can't even hit Yoda.
I gotta say, after seeing Vader
pull down.
Why would you ever need a lightsaber again?
Right.
He pulled down a ship. I
Yeah,
find that would be
open.
Yeah, and he ripped it apart with his bare hands, not even touching the material. Why would he ever need a lightsaber again? Yeah.
Well, I liked during Queen's Gambit. So there's nothing.
Again, it's not the actor. It's not the actress. It's nothing to do with the actress. This is story. It's nothing to do with Moses Ingram. Absolutely zero.
Well, it has to do a little bit with her in the sense that she's saying the lines, but it's not her fault. It's like the director should need. You know what the problem is? Because it all comes down to the writing and the directing. When the director or writer can't convince the actor to get into a character because there is no character to get into.
Yeah.
Like if you say to Moses Ingram, you're like, okay. She's like, okay, what's going on? All right, well, you don't like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You have a vendetta against him. Okay, so she as an actress is like, okay, I don't like Kenobi. Okay, perfect. Okay, why don't I like him? Well, you have to, okay, Anakin became evil and killed all your friends. It's like, oh, okay, so I hate Anakin. Okay, I got it. Okay, so but why am I after Kenobi? You hate Kenobi. Why do I hate him? Well, because we really didn't think about that, Moses. So can you just kind of work with us here? And it's like, okay, what is an actor supposed to do? Like, what do you do? It's like Kenobi, I hate you. And it's like, and why am I kidnapping Leia? Oh, well, this little girl is Bail Organa's daughter. Okay. So wait, why am I kidnapping her? Well, you see, Bail was friends or acquaintances with Kenobi. And if you kidnap Leia, Kenobi might be drawn out. Right, but he might not be. Right, but he might be drawn out, and he will because we're writing this. Okay, so but I hate Kenobi, right? Right, but I don't know why I hate him. Right. This is now go ahead. Now go. Okay, ready? Action. And she's just like, where's Kenobi? You know what I mean? Like what is she going to do? There's nothing for her to draw on. Because what feelings do you have?
I have been rewatching.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. I've been rewatching Arrow.
And
I'm watching season 3 when Brandon Routh's Adam was introduced.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. Can we agree that Brandon Routh was awful in Superman Returns?
For sure.
Okay. Can we agree that Brandon Routh is kind of dopey and stupid in Legends of Tomorrow?
Right.
But can we agree that him as the Atom in season 3 of Arrow was great?
Yeah.
Same guy. What changed? Directing, writing.
It's like, the actor has to work with the story they're given. If they're not given a story, what are they supposed to do?
It's
like the actor can try their best. They can try their best, and maybe, but you know what though? I don't think she's trying her best, because you know what the problem is? She's just like, I don't have any motivation here. I'm just going to walk through this because it's Star Wars. If anyone says anything negative against this show or me, we're just going to play the race card and say it's because of that. And it's like, no, guys, no, it's not going to fly.
Nope.
We're Star Wars fans. We buy toys. I just bought what the shit. Just today. Hold on.
Oh.
So I just bought this today.
Oh,
So
Jake Lloyd.
we still buy. I'm the only person that likes Jake Lloyd.
I like Jake Lloyd. I feel
He was
super
fine.
bad for him.
I felt super bad for him as well. But all right, let's bring in someone else. Let's another regular to our show.
Greymalkin.
We meet again.
We meet again.
Powers.
Greymalkin.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
Oh man, the boys, man.
We're gonna get to that. We're
Oh.
gonna get to that. We're just finishing off Kenobi because we didn't talk about it last week. Did you finished it, right?
I did not finish that because it was trash. I'm like, I don't have trash in my house. That's no.
Gray's like, I don't need to spend an hour on that nonsense. I'm out.
You can feel it, dude. You can feel it.
Damn straight. R.I.P. Warrior. Or
Yeah.
whichever.
No, we'll say he went up. We'll say.
Yeah.
No, he's up. He's up. Come on.
No, did you guys see Stranger Things?
No.
No. So So I'll give you my spiel on Stranger Things. I saw Stranger Things season 1,
Right.
and I thought this is awesome.
Right.
And I understood, like, they had the John Carpenter music. They had like, it's like I play D&D. I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Like, I play every week, right? So it's like I've been playing D&D from the beginning. So I love all that stuff. I thought it was a great series. The ending was perfect, where the kid's like, "Oh no, it's okay," but then something comes out of his mouth. You're like, "Oh no!" That's like the ending of every horror movie. Deadly. It's basically the Deadly Spawn, which is the movie I looked at the most from my memory. I love Stranger Things season 1. Then everyone's like, "This is so good, we need season 2." I was like, "No, you didn't get it. There's not going to be a season 2 because this is how these old horror movies with monsters, cheesy monsters, this is how these movies ended. They always ended badly. Like, you thought the monster's defeated, but something weird happens. You're like, oh no." I'm like, there's not going to be a season 2. It's like season 2 announced. I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't get it. It's like, oh, and then the subtitle of season 2 was The Quest for More Money. I'm like, oh, I got it. I understand. You need more money. So I'm like, okay, season 2. I start watching season 2. I'm like, this is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I thought, are they being really clever? Because that's what sequels did in the 80s. It's just like, it's the same thing, right? And I'm like, right, but that was one movie. Like, you'd watch a 90-minute movie and it was Friday 13th part 2 and 3, and it's like, well, it's just the same thing. He's just killing more people. But this is like a lot of episodes. So I watched about 2 episodes, and that other little girl came in.
Oh, Max? Yeah.
I guess, yeah. She was wearing the Michael Myers mask.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
He's playing
wow.
Dig Dug.
Yeah, so that auto pissed me off, and I shut it down. And hey, Jordan, what's going on, man? I auto turned it off because I literally because here's the thing. Firstly, when Halloween came out, you did not have those masks available. This is 1984 or something, or whatever year that is. You couldn't get that mask. That mask is the William Shatner mask.
Right.
Nobody knew in 1984 that was the William Shatner mask. I don't know when I found that out, but I was stunned. And I know when I found out, I was at Canada's Wonderland here. It's a theme park in Canada.
Right.
It was owned by Paramount.
Right.
And Paramount owned Star Trek at the time. And they had the Shatner mask. And my friend, who was at your place last week, Steve, he's like, hey, why are they selling Michael Myers masks in Paramount Canada's Wonderland? I was like, that's Captain Kirk's mask. He's like, it looks like Michael Myers. I'm like, yes, it does. I'm like, oh my God, is it that mask? And then I researched it. I was like, yes, they painted it white and made the hair black and ripped out some of it. And, I was like, wow. So you're telling me that little girl knew that to wear that mask and spray paint it white? It's just like
older brother. Well, she had an older brother who would know about that stuff.
I
but like the show is like it builds on the lore, and like this last season so far, like wow.
Yes, I think
people are dead. Children are dead. Like they don't do that in horror movies anymore. They don't kill kids. So
yeah, I know, because they're too wimpy now.
Yeah, they're wimpy.
Which one's this?
Wow. Gotta get you your walker and your prune juice and make sure you're in bed by 4:30.
Yeah,
I
couldn't.
get where
How much?
it's coming from.
Yeah, I see. I like season 1. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I talked to everybody. I was like, this is really cool. And then I'm like, why is there 4 of these? Like, they're like, it's like you know what it should have been? It should have been the kids investigating other Stranger Things, not the same monsters again.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. That's what disappointed me about season 2 was, we're going back to the Upside Down. I'm like,
no, weren't we just there? Like, I get it.
But there's more to it, and then we find out what's going on with like how did all this start?
You know, though no one gives, well, maybe they do. American Horror Story. Every season is just that to me is what I would do with Stranger Things, because you can do a lot of Stranger Things. I would basically take that old book that was called Things You Hear in the Dark. What was that thing?
Oh,
Scary Stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
and
made
that would be Stranger Things to me.
Yeah. I didn't see the movie of that, but
it was good.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it. Like they set it up for a sequel, which is like okay. I didn't read those books growing up.
I did.
You had to ask. For me, I had to ask the librarian for them.
They have scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, which is a lot better than Goosebumps. I will fight people on that.
It is better than Goosebumps, but it wasn't like I was like way too. I was like, this is lame. Oh, like I was already watching. Like I was 11 years old and I was watching Friday the 13th Part 5. I couldn't go back. Once you start getting into Friday the 13th when you're a little kid, you're like, yeah, I can't. I'm done.
You know, I always thought like at the end, like I was a kid when I saw horror movies. I thought like at the end, everybody who was taken out or killed would come back to life. No, they're dead. They're dead.
There was one movie I thought did that, but they all came back as ghouls, and they actually attacked the killer.
Oh, I like that idea.
I like that. It is cool.
Yeah, so Stranger Things, maybe I'll check it out because everyone's talking that this one's good. No, my point. So Gray, you missed this. My point was that why do I need to sit through hours of meh to have something good? It's like just do your good ideas. Like I'm watching a British show right now from the 70s called Survivors. Okay. And every episode is 10 out of 10. Like my wife and I are like, we finished an episode. We're like, wow, that was like the best episode. I'm like, but we said that the last time, and it's like they're all good. It's just impossible. Like my mind is completely blown. Like I can't understand it. Every episode is the damn best. And we're just like, I can't. And we go for a walk after we watch this. And then like our entire walk is like talking about that episode. It's like, wow, this is great. This is crazy. So it's like, and that's 2 seasons. I'm almost on season 2 and there's not been one bad episode. So
no Disney. So not the Disney formula where they have like an okay first 20 minutes where you're like, they introduce a bunch of stuff and then like, interpersonal conflict, new interpersonal conflict, and then we get back into the big stuff.
Right.
I mean,
all right, let's bring in our another panelist. Hold on a second. Hello.
So,
hey,
what are you all bitching about now?
No, so Stranger Things a little bit, but we haven't seen it, so we're not bitching about it. I was just saying that I don't know if you watch any Survivors, Sean, but like I'm almost on season 2 of Survivors, and every episode is 10 out of 10. Like it's unbelievable. It's like, so my point was like, because everyone is saying that season 4 really picks it up, like it's like really cool. My thing is like I can't get through season 2, right? So like I can't do.
Season 4 is better than the other seasons, but like I wouldn't say it's great. And it's like the whole like it's good, but like the whole Russian thing I could
that was kind of...
all the bullying that happened in the beginning of part 1 I didn't care about, and then so the part 2 of season 4 is 2 long ass movies. So the first one is 90 minutes. And the second one I haven't even gotten into yet is 2.5 hours long.
I'm almost done. I'm in the last 20 minutes, and like they supposedly beat the monster, and now they're dealing with the aftermath. And okay, all right, Sean, you remember that one kid with the basketball team? Anytime he was in the scene with the black kid, I was like, oh my god, he's about to commit a hate crime. Oh my god.
Yeah.
he kind of did. He had a gun to his.
Yeah. No, he was out for blood and everything, and it was that's stupid too. Like that was dumb too. I like the direction they went in this time because I hated the monsters from all the other seasons. They're just mindless beasts, and they just had more of them in season 2, and then like a big one in season 3. And I was like, I don't care, but these are boring. So now they have a dude that's like a Freddy Krueger type of guy, and that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. But like they didn't do enough with him. He kills dudes, but like they didn't do enough with that guy.
But they
I've been ready for them to go to another genre or another setting with this, and just have this be an anthology like that show. The show I don't like, American Horror Story.
That's what Steven was just saying. Like, make it like American Horror Story, make it an anthology, like the kids deal with something new every season.
Well, not the kids, just like different characters. Screw the kids. They're gonna get older and uglier. I don't care. It's like get other actors and other characters.
Oh like, yeah, I'm with you on that one because the main girl they have for Elle, like she's supposed to be like 17, but she got like 25-year-old hips. Like
I know, it's distracting. It's like,
I recommend you try another sport, like knitting.
It doesn't help that they put her in the most form-fitting freaking thing on earth. It's like, good God.
I'm like
maybe just a baby show or something.
Like, I shouldn't be watching this. This is R. Kelly.
It's like, whoo, it's illegal to watch this show, man. Yeah.
That sounds awful. What episode was that again? You're right. Stranger Things season 4 is the greatest show ever.
One thing, if you're not like, I think they're catering to the kids because these kids they weren't alive during the 80s, so they're just putting all the 80s stuff, all the big stuff, all in a blender.
Well, they put Kate Bush back on the map. It's like yeah, I know Kate Bush. Like that was a big hit. Okay, and now everyone's like, oh my God, it's the greatest song ever. It's like Jesus, this thing is like way played out from the 80s.
And it's just like I'm like, wow, I didn't like the whole. I don't know. It's just wild. Like
they need to move on.
Also the gay stuff. Like, come on, really?
Yeah, that's weird too. I forgot about that character. I saw part 1 of season 4, and then in the first movie of this part, she speaks up and says something. I'm like, who is this character again? I can't remember. Like, who is this? And I had to really scrub my brain to figure out who that was. It's like, it's the lesbian girl they threw in there to,
the actress message. That's Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. I'm like, oh my God, like you look familiar. Oh, you look like your mom, but you have your acting chops of your dad. That's not bad.
Didn't she get destroyed at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or did she leave before then?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember if she was one of the girls who was barbecued or not. I think she was.
Oh yeah, one of the ones
I haven't seen it, so.
Oh. Yeah. You're missing a masterpiece.
Really? Like a lot of people said, damn it, I got nothing for everything Quentin Tarantino does.
If you like Quentin Tarantino, then you'll love this movie. If you don't like it, it's peak Tarantino. It's like him just indulging himself, right? We like it because like we like that kind of like macho, like happy ending bullshit. It's awesome. But if you don't like him and you think he's a hack and stuff, you're not gonna like the movie.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's 10 out of 10. It's his best movie. I love it. I've watched it like 4 times in one day. Like I literally would have it on the TV and just repeat it
on loop.
I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but
I have it. It comes with a digital code.
Yeah.
So it's on my apps. So I have the 4K, but it comes with digital code, so I just have it on. I have that on loop all the time.
I may have to check it out because I have this theory that my grandmother instilled in me. If there are no black people in it, you can't watch it.
There weren't any. Yeah.
Right. I don't remember. Was there?
I don't think so. If you can't remember, then there's no Sam Jackson quotient in this one.
Oh,
that's a weird thing. Yeah,
that takes you out.
He played my favorite character of his is Vincent from from Django Unchained.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
That name's the best for him. Like, oh god.
I like
Oh,
the
yeah, I
way you
remember
died,
that.
boy. It's like,
Sean, Sean, I'm gonna have that ready. I'm gonna have message ready. I found it. It's from Don't Be a Menace. I was right. It's from Don't Be a Menace in South Central while
I
drinking your
love that
juice in the hood.
movie. I love that
So
movie.
remember when and I remember I couldn't remember. I was like, it's definitely one of the Wayans brothers. So it's like every time they have like some big moment, he's like, message.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
message.
probably better than I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
that
really
one was the
was.
black exploitation one,
Yeah.
and this one was the whole crop of those John
All those foot
Singleton
movies.
imitations.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
made fun of all of them.
All of those
Yeah,
things.
and I've seen, and the thing is, I had seen.
I feel like Friday did that, but like no one sees that as a satire.
No, I love Friday.
Yeah.
That is
That was
a
more like no, it's not a coming of age movie, but it's more like a
No, he tried. He said he said himself that like all these movies like Menace to Society and stuff were coming out, and he's like, we had fun in the hood too. It's
Right.
like we should show that, and it's like let's show how it really was, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker. So the thing is, I'm gonna get you sucker is the blaxploitation stuff, which I already know. I know all the blaxploitation stuff, but I'd also seen every one of those other movies in Don't Be a Menace, or whatever. So I'd seen all of those too.
movies and stuff. Yeah,
I've seen all of those. I liked because I didn't grow up. I was more like maybe like I don't know, like late teen, and I'd watched all the blaxploitation movies. I've got a shit ton of them on my shelf here. And then I started watching, and I went to go see all those other. I don't know if it was Higher Learning was one I saw in the theater. Like I tried to go see all these because I liked all the.
That's a different kind of genre.
I liked Higher Learning. That was good.
White person teaches the black guys.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, and Bill Burr does a whole thing on that. Like they go to school, get picked on the first day, they go back.
There's white teachers.
Go
ahead, Greg.
Grandma, stay on my indoor while smoky ass. Fool, fuck yourself.
Yeah, but like, Don't Be a Menace in South Central. I literally cried when he's like, I'm gonna cause a nuclear holocaust. Like they're comparing their weapons, and he's got like a missile. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you with my." He's like, he's got a knife and he's got a gun. He's like, I got a nuclear missile.
I know. I had a rocket launcher. I had a grenade launcher. He's like,
a mini launcher.
I'm gonna cause like nuclear holocaust in this.
I'm gonna cause a nuclear holocaust. I don't care. and the guy's father is younger. No, and then because the mom's dating this young guy, and then it's like he's a young guy, and her son is older than the guy she's dating, and he's like super young. He's playing Genesis and he's playing video games. He's like, "Let me give you some advice, son," and it's like an old man.
You know how the mother in the beginning's like, now you know there are no positive black women in these movies.
And she has a kid of every race.
Oh my god, that's right.
She has like 15 kids in there, every race that you can. It's like there's a Latino kid, a Chinese kid.
And then after the sex scene, she kicks him out. She starts throwing stuff at him like Mike Tyson. That's how you
No, that's a really funny movie. It's very fun. And the thing is, it starts off where she's like, my baby, and then it's like, oh, that ain't him.
Right.
There's like a drive-by shoot. Right. She's like, my baby. It's like, oh wait, that ain't him.
Right. It's like, oh, ain't that? And then when she found her actual son, she starts beating him like, give me my money. I'm gonna watch that tonight. That
oh my god! But I have to say, Friday is one of the funniest movies. Like, because like that's a parody, but Friday on its own as an individual movie,
it's still a good movie.
It's like, so good. And like when he's like, how did you get fired on your day?
I always wanted to understand, like, how did he get fired on his day off?
And then the father is talking about government cheese.
Or no, and like they never get back to it, but they kind of talk about like, we were watching the tape at work. It kind of looked like you, but it was kind of Jerry.
Yeah. It's like he had stolen or something or whatever it was. Oh my god!
Why are you stealing boxes? What are you building, a clubhouse?
And then he goes to get the milk and there's no milk. He's like, and he's gonna throw it out. And he's like, yo, what? You better put some water in that shit right now.
Water.
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 Oh Christ! The first half an hour of that movie, I had to watch 3 times because I just was laughing so hard. I missed all the dialogue. I was like, I have to rewind this. It's like it's very funny. But part 2 and 3 weren't as
no, they were just more like hilarious, like hijinks.
Yeah, and it didn't have the verbal the verbal comedy. I'm gonna get you stuck. Yeah, that's a great movie. That's a classic. That's a classic one.
Are you gonna go out the window or you're gonna take the stairs? Yeah, we'll take the stairs. It's like the last one, like, we'll take the stairs. You know, there's an elevator, right?
Yeah, that's like they're both. I haven't seen that one in a lot. I only saw that one once 100 years. There was actually. They weren't calling it blaxploitation; they were calling it soul cinema. Remember that, Sean? They were calling it. It was called soul cinema, and it had the banner on the top, and it came in one of the box sets. But it was like Coffee,
right?
Foxy Brown,
Foxy, and
Blackula.
Cleopatra Jones, was that?
No, Cleopatra. I don't think Cleopatra Jones was in that set.
The second one is hard to find, man.
I have it.
The Casino Gold. Yeah,
I have Cleopatra Jones in the Casino of Gold.
Yeah, the DVD came and went. And it's like, Jesus, why is this $200 now?
No, I was on top. I was really on top of all those releases. I really like Cleopatra Jones.
Those blaxploitation stage names were crazy. You just throw in like an old a historical name, just throw Jones, Foxy.
That's before Indiana Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
So Foxy, like Coffee. I think Coffee. Actually, you know which one is really good? Cotton Comes to Harlem. Have you seen that?
It's a good movie all around.
That's a
Some
great
of them,
movie.
They were on their A game. It's like, this is not.
Yeah,
really
that's like a legitimate
anymore.
good movie. Cleopatra, I love Cleopatra Jones Part 1 is amazing. Tamara Dobson is awesome. No, but so it's Coffin Ed Johnson and Gravedigger Jones, and they're two cops. And so it's called Cotton Comes to Harlem. Write this one down, Gray. 100%. It's an amazing movie.
All right.
And Coffin Ed Johnson and Gravedigger Jones are these two cops, and the best is like the guy's smoking, and the cop comes and slaps his face, and the cigarette goes flying, and then the guy's like, "Yo," he goes, "That's police brutality," and then the cop is like, "No, that's cancer prevention."
Also, Coffin goes to Hollywood. Goes to Harlem.
Goes to Hollywood.
That's
another movie.
Yeah, right. That sounds good.
No, I love Three the Hard Way.
Oh, Three the Hard Way is awesome.
It's ridiculous, but it's like it's a
awesome.
video game. I swear to God, it's like before video games were a thing. There's like they go to a place, they have to clear it out of enemies.
Yep.
They show the map first, and then they go and then there's a main boss at the end. I'm like, my God, this is like a video game or something.
Last night I was looking for the clip. I was looking for the clip from that last night. As one of my clips. No. Oh shit! No, I gotta find that.
And
clip
you jumped out of your seat like,
shit! You're right. I gotta get that clip. No. No, where he says Three the Hard Way, where he explains the. He's like, okay, we got Chicago, we got whatever, and then he's like, it's Three the Hard Way. I was like, oh, they worked the title.
So each guy goes on their missions, then they go back.
Then they come back.
Then they form a team again to raid the house or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I love. I've got to. I love when they say the movie title in the movie.
Bring it up.
I'll bring it up. The best one ever. Hold on, and I could. So I was asking my wife. I was like, "What are some of the quotes that I always do that are really silly?" And she's like, and she said, "I was like, I gotta find that one. So hold on, find it. Hold on. Oh, here it is.
I'll have my revenge, and Deathstalker too.
I'm like, how are they gonna work the title of Deathstalker 2 in the movie? Because his name is Deathstalker.
Wrong 2, dude. It's like TOO. Yeah. It's like who's talking to is proper, right? But
so like it'd be Deathstalker 2, a duel of the Titans. What the hell?
I love the folio of the fire there. It sounds like someone flopping like a freaking like construction board or something like that.
Belle, how's it going?
Hey, Belle.
Hey, Belle.
I saw your thing. I do. Sometimes I catch your streams, but I don't chat because I'm usually at work. So I usually listen. There's a few people too that I listen to on my phone, and I can't be on my phone at work. It's we're not supposed to have our phones at the office, so I just have it on. and listening, but I can't type or whatever. But yeah, I've heard a lot of your said about Superman supposedly Black Adam. We'll see.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see
And
it.
if it's 2 seconds, I'll still be disappointed.
Like, how the hell are this? Like, that's an old timey expression. How the hell are you?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I saw people talking about that, but DC's not at San Diego Comic-Con.
How is that possible?
That's disturbing. I sense a disturbance in the force.
It's Zaslav is that's his influence. So we'll see, man. The axe of Zaslav has fallen again.
I agree with Sean. Oh hell yeah! You talking about Lucio Fulci Conquest? That's 10 out of 10.
That's awesome. It's shot with a gauze over it, but
I love it though.
Is it on Blu-ray now, or it's on Blu-ray now?
Yeah, it could be.
I wouldn't mind getting that just to see what the quality is on that. Because like I remember the VHS was unwatchable. It was like just I got that one time we're watching at your place, J-Man, and we're like, what the heck? You can barely see anything.
It is on Blu-ray.
I'm totally gonna get that then.
Oh shit, I'm getting it too.
Yeah, those two cavemen wishbone that one girl in half or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, you went all out in the effects, man. It was great.
That's
spent
awesome.
all their money on it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here. Oh, I was looking at what was this? Oh, it's on Amazon. Oh, Amazon.ca. Why am I like not signed in here?
Don't see it.
Oh, but guys, The Boys this week was crazy.
Oh, we're gonna talk about The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys.
Do they have one episode left? I think so.
Yeah,
it's 8 episodes, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's only 8 episodes. Damn.
8?
Yeah, the next one's the last one, no?
No.
Am I wrong?
2 more.
Oh, yeah, it's 9 episodes?
No. We're at episode 6 right now.
I thought that was 7.
No, this is 6. Oh, wait, let me check. Oh, crap. Sorry.
The frick was that?
Oh, sorry.
He's trying to get his own entrance music, man.
Oh my god, that'd be dope.
that sounded like search music. He was like really intense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. There is one more episode after this.
Okay.
What? Yeah, that was crazy.
When he said it, I don't know.
He said it.
How
Man,
did
I
you know, though?
love Soldier Boy. I'm this close. I'm this close to cosplaying. I want to get the cosplay outfit of Soldier Boy. I love Soldier Boy.
That's
He's
Jensen
so good.
Ackles, though. Jensen
Yeah,
Ackles,
man, Jensen Ackles,
Damn,
Dean
he's so
Winchester.
good.
right? He can do more than just Dean. Like, everything with Soldier Boy was just hilarious, and like when he came downstairs and like he was having sex with his two mates, with Paul Reiser's mates. Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're both a-holes, so you know what I like that animated black noir section.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That was interesting, right? I like that. Black Noir is pretty neat. He's kind of a neat character.
I love when he was like camped out on that roof. He's just like that, and then the cops come and he's still there, like season 2 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then you find out he was trying to be in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
But
yeah, I don't know if he's messing with them, right?
But he's basically Snake Eyes.
He's Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
he's Snake Eyes. Yeah, he's basically Snake Eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we find out what happened to Maeve. Like she's just in a containment hold. Like
they wouldn't kill her. She's an interesting character.
She is interesting. No, and the fact that she noticed that Homelander had it's like, wait, are you wearing concealer?
Oh, that was
got
so
your ass
good. You know, it was the best when Starlight was recording him. I was like,
yeah.
Okay, a lot of people say this is how the world would be if there were actually superheroes. I'm like, not really. This is a world where there are only super villains.
Yeah.
Right.
This is London.
And like, there's only like 2 real superheroes on this entire show, and that's the girl, Kimiko, and Starlight.
Yeah,
that's it.
Did anyone read who on here read? I never read the comics.
No.
I did. It's disgusting.
Okay, so Gray, in the comics, because I saw Soldier Boy, yeah, he's very important in the show. So is he not a big character, or?
He's not, like, in fact, like he wasn't all this stuff with him being frozen and brought back. That's not anything. He's actually the third. There's actually been 3 Soldier Boys, and in Herogasm, Homelander actually has sex with a Soldier Boy. The Soldier Boy is trying to get on the 7, and afterwards, Soldier Boy is like, you put a lot of gumption in it, but you're not in. Like you didn't quite make the cut. He's like, gee golly, I really want to be on the team.
Yeah, I keep seeing it looks like I think they've just deviated. At some point in time, this show has just completely deviated.
Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones.
Same with Game of Thrones. Yeah, exactly. Did
but
the boys?
Orgasm in the books is so much worse. Worse. They have this Fantastic Four parody, and it's bad.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't look. I know they made it pretty raunchy, but you can only go so far without making it rated X, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can't really do anything. A lot of people were oddly enough disappointed with Herogasm, the episode, and I thought, well, guys, what were you actually this isn't David Cronenberg directing this movie, you know what I mean, or whatever. Yeah. It's there's not going to be anything weird in it,
But you heard things though. You heard things like "Come on my hump." What the hell?
Yeah. Or, you got your message, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who? Soldier Boy versus Captain America? Come on.
I mean, I really thought it was. Oh, one thing I noticed, when the closer they got to the telepath, you always heard Soldier Boy "What'd you say?" And that's the guy messing with his head. I get I caught on to that kind of huh? Because as an X-Men fan, you hear you see these things oh, okay, that's a mastermind technique. I like it.
Yeah, and I knew those two were bad guys.
Was it the priest and the
priest and the woman or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? I didn't catch that on. But Soldier Boy was right on it. He's
yeah.
Anybody that we encounter, potential bad guys, we got to kill everybody.
Yeah, you gotta fight a few wars to understand that, right? So
yeah. I he's awesome. So that who's he? He's Dean
Connery.
Yeah, he's Dean.
What?
Yeah, he's Dean.
Connery.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Soldier Boy is super. I was please don't let him die. I hope he doesn't die in this. I don't because if they're deviating from the comics, it doesn't matter at this point. I didn't because I was I don't because him versus Homelander is very interesting. But if they somehow team up, then the world's done.
But now we have Black Noir as well.
Jensen Ackles himself is funny.
And Butcher is just as powerful as he's just as dangerous as Homelander when he has that compound B.
So, okay, there's 2 versions. I didn't know there's a blue and a green one.
Yes.
So the green one is the temporary powers.
Yes.
The blue one restores powers, or what happened with I don't get it.
Oh no, the blue one's the original one, the one they put in babies.
Oh, okay.
And because remember when the senator put it into her daughter?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then we saw was it Frenchie or Starlight?
Starlight. Starlight gave it to Frenchie to give to her or whatever.
Yeah. So Frenchie gave it to Kimiko.
Yeah.
In the second one. So it was restoring her powers.
So what happened? Can Butcher take the blue one or no?
No, because it's too volatile. Because you get with that's why they put it in early. You got to put them as early as possible. That's why Starlight had that. A-Train had it. All of them had it when they were little kids.
Okay.
Babies.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's like a fire starter. It's like fire starter mixed with scanners. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And
right?
also with A-Train, it's oh yeah, the guy's heart that you killed, we put it in you. So now you can speed around all the time again. I'm the heart of a racist.
Oh, I love it.
The guy who paralyzed his brother, yeah.
Well, but you know what? A-Train's a goof. He doesn't care about the community.
No.
He doesn't care about anything. And exactly. He deserves a little bit of this. Now, well, I feel bad for the brother because he was a good person. But but then that's what happens. A-Train sucks. He screwed over that supersonic guy. He screwed over his own community. He didn't care about his brother. And then it's like, okay, so this jerk, this asshole superhero character, whatever his name was, it's like, well, okay, I don't like him. You literally didn't care before until now.
Yeah,
and him pretending to be this, let's go home to the roots of Africa, that was brutal.
That's cringe. No,
that was cringe, right?
Oh, also the Deep. The Deep is getting funnier every episode.
He's gross.
The octopus really likes you.
He loves these octopi, man.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm confused about something. So, Kamiko was captured along with Frenchie and everything, and then they shot her a bunch of times, and she broke the guy's fingernail. Did her powers come back temporarily, or what the hell happened there?
It's a little bit because, remember, she got hit by Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy apparently he knocks out powers.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're little bits, but also she was trained too.
Well, no, I'm confused because after that she's depowered again, and then she wants the
she wanted her full power.
Compound V to get her. No, but I thought that she was depowered again. So I was like, well, what was that then? That she was superhuman there for a bit, and then
I'm thinking it was a combination of there's still a bit of powers in her, so she's better than a normal person, but nowhere near what she was. So her powers keep her from dying, but not from being injured and broken.
Okay.
It's sort of like if Wolverine, let's say Wolverine, you twisted his neck. Now he's not dead, but you keep it twisted. So it's like it can't heal back. Let's say you put he put his head on lights or something. I don't know.
Like X-Force this week.
Yeah, X-Force. Yeah, with those stupid Cerebrax helmets or whatever.
Hey, he got twisted up like a pretzel. And
I know that was the best X-Men issue this week. The rest of the books were like poop. But anyways, yeah, Soldier Boy sucks out your powers, but he doesn't even know what he's doing.
No, right? He doesn't understand it. Yeah.
No, and and I also like how Homelander said everybody who they're depowered. They're not going just give. Homelander's a dummy. He's just a really powerful dummy.
Yeah, he's psychotic and he's a goof, right?
But Maeve read him. He read him.
That was so good.
She's like, this is the best day of my life. Top 3 best day of my life. Because I know that you are a bitch. And I'm like, damn. not bad, but
yeah. So there's.
Okay. See, Belle gets it. That's better.
Yeah. So she's still. I can't stand that other woman, that Frenchie's former employer. I can't stand that.
She's annoying. She's that stuff, right? Yeah.
Kill her already, man.
Just kill her. God.
She's a monster. She's not supposed to be likable.
Yeah, she's like.
I know, but in the narrative of the show, I don't know why they don't just kill her and just
they need her because she has connections. They don't know anybody.
Right.
They just have to just deal with her. They deal with her until they don't need to anymore.
Well, I can't believe there's only 1 or 2 left, man.
Yeah, it's been going.
That's
one
fast.
more. One more.
It's tight, It's like there's no filler. And
yeah,
they're all good.
Fat, really fat.
Did you guys buy it on Blu-ray? I bought it on Blu-ray. I know it's on Amazon, but I bought it.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it, Steve? Yeah.
I don't have
Is it
Prime,
Blu-ray or is it DVD?
I got Prime though, so no. But also I like how the team just jumped Soldier Boy in Black Noir's memory. They just you fought, wow, everybody hated him. Everybody. Who gave this to go? Stan Edgar. No.
Yeah, they nailed him too.
They kicked his ass. A righteous ass beat.
Well, what do we think about DC not at San Diego? I mean, I don't know. This seems impossible.
Control the narrative if they do their own thing now. They don't need San Diego. It's gotten to a point where these comic companies, these movies, they don't need Comic-Con anymore. They can just okay, we can just drop something at our own thing.
Gray, the comics aren't there either. So here's the thing, at San Diego, DC's not there. I think there's some sort of signing with Jim Lee, but it's a Jim Lee thing. I don't think DC's there at all. So there's no announcements, no comic announcements or anything. San Diego Comic Con's gone downhill since the pandemic. They really needed an in-house presence. And when they did that whole virtual thing, like I watched the panels, but there's zero excitement. And now like these companies, as you say, J-Man, it's like and Gray, like they have DC Fandom, and there's like D23. You know, they don't really need, they never really did need this. They have their own thing now, right?
Right.
But there's no DC Fandom either. Like they held 2, I think, last year. But Zaslav is like, I swear to God, something big is going to happen with DC Comics. Like everyone's like, oh, the movies and stuff. Like, forget that. If you like comic books, and I've said this for years, you better be nervous. It's like that, and like I said this one time when Arkham was on this thing, and he was quiet because I was like, "Listen, they're gonna license out these characters. They're gonna do something you're not gonna like because they're not
in the comic books.
You can't ignore it anymore, you know." So
can't argue with a confident man.
I like that. I like that. No,
Yeah.
It's weird though. Like they need to make Comic-Con into like it for indies again. Like that'd be good. That'd be good. Give them more exposure.
Yeah, but when? So let me ask the panel this: when is the last time Comic-Con was about comics? Everything on
I
it
can't
is
remember.
like
it hasn't.
movies.
And when people say like
not.
DC, when people say DC, I remember this wasn't the first time that DC hasn't gone because they had their DC Fandom and all that stuff, and so like for the virtual version they weren't there, and people talked about it only in terms of movies and stuff, and I was like, you know, Comic-Con is comics too, right? Like
It's in the title.
Yeah,
right.
It's like MCU and they just talk about Marvel as MCU and DC as Warner Brothers, but it's like they have like DC was at the virtual thing. I remember that now, so that's what I was upset at. DC Comics was there and Marvel Comics were there, but no one cared because MCU wasn't there,
Right.
and Warner Brothers wasn't there,
Right,
and so
right.
they made comic announcements and stuff. That's where they announced Milestone coming back and everything.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Yeah,
They announced Milestone.
That's the one. But everyone is like, oh, DC and Marvel are not Comic-Con, and people in the comments are like, they are at the Comic-Con. The comics are there.
See,
So yeah,
Ezra Miller. Yeah, that's it. Like Ezra Miller, I've never seen someone flame out this fast before. Like he's on the cusp. He's headlining his own movie, right? That is a $200 million movie, and he has.
He's this generation's new Robbie Downey Jr. No, I mean from the 90s. Like he's still gonna get opportunities.
I know,
And
but Robert
like
Downey
40, he's
Jr.
gonna come right back.
He didn't double down like this. Like he wasn't just indignant. You know, it's
Yeah, it's more so like Robert Downey Jr. did a lot of stuff to himself. This is Ezra Miller is being out. The allegations against him are hurting other people, right?
But one positive thing is that he's very it's all equality. He goes
He's
after
very-
men, women, children.
Yeah.
It's very equal.
He
it's
is
like just women to me.
He's going after everyone, but it's just like
Not much of a they, but anyway.
the problem is the problem
Like
is too is that in the 90s, see the problem is that Hollywood has a long culture of forgiving, you know,
Looking at
second
the world.
chances and
Sweeping
all
this under
that.
the rug.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Since this intolerant leftist, you know, bent has got in there are a lot more
correction.
like this is why people are afraid of cancel culture, because there are no second chances with cancel culture. You're canceled, you're done. Pretty much.
No,
They're
absolutely.
protecting that guy as much as they can. That Ezra Miller, but like he's not doing himself or them any favors.
Nope.
He's desperate to get fired. Like he's like, please cancel me. He's wearing a shirt. Please cancel me. I don't want
He's just like all right. This is WWE now. This is AEW now. Like fire me, you fucking mark.
Right.
Fire me. You know? Oh, boom. No. Right. And also to answer the earlier question, when did Comic-Con stop caring about comic books?
Yeah.
2005. All right. Hear me out. I was watching an episode of Entourage, and it was the whole storyline was about, we're gonna get this character, the main character into Aquaman, and the agent was explaining, hey, these nerds are gonna deter. If you impress these nerds, your movie's gonna do really well. And a lot of people don't like to give Entourage any credit, but they tell you a lot about the business.
They saw the future.
So like 2005, and because that's when you start seeing that other stuff, like the Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and then Iron Man. Like it's a snowball. It's a snowball.
Yeah. Do you think I don't know, and I'm not gonna speculate on it.
No,
I don't know what's true
with him, but nobody's gonna call him a kidnapper if she went with him. It's better if he kidnapped her. Like he has like I'm surprised he's not being sponsored by a chloroform company. Woo!
I will say one thing. I think it's weird that every time I see breaking news and headlines about this, it's from Hollywood Reporter or Variety. And that's strange to me. That's not a news outlet. That it's industry trade rag. That's odd because that never happens. They always report on, like, I get that this touches the movies, but they never really report on that stuff. Like when the Charlie Sheen thing happened, that was network news and not really Variety. But like this is weird to me that they're doing this. So.
They pick and choose what news they want to pick. Like, hey, Charlie Sheen's saying anti-Semitic things and talk about tiger blood. That's interesting.
And winning, and
yeah, to bit though. That was hilarious. That was
funny.
Well, it was a new way of approaching criticism. Instead of like being indignant or apologetic, you become incoherent, which was a new way of dealing with it.
It's weird. It is weird now.
I don't know what's going on with this Flash movie. It was even before this, it was a disaster.
It was a disaster. Yeah.
Now it's like this is becoming cult status insanity, where this movie might just be amazing because everyone is it's just like so weird. Like it's gonna be like one of the I can't even think of another example of a movie that's so weird like this now.
This year, but they pushed it back to next year.
It has been key. It is pushed and pushed.
It's June of next year or something.
I want to see if Ezra Miller shows up to the premiere. That's all I want to know right now.
The thing is, they're going to release it, but the thing is, they've already made their Batgirl movie and they've test screened it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. They test screened Batgirl. I know. Sean's frozen. So basically, what he was getting at is that they test screen Batgirl, and doesn't that coincide with Flash somehow?
It's the sequel to Flash. So, but they need to release Flash first. It's a disaster. Like they need to release Flash, but the thing is, Flash might not make a lot of money because Ezra Miller's all over the news. So it's like I don't know. This isn't building to anything. Plus, I thought they wanted to reboot after this anyways. The previous regime set up all this, like this will set up this Batgirl, which sets up this thing, and it's like they're not doing any of this past 2023. So
hey,
who's going to the premiere now? You don't want to be associated with it. Pardon?
So they're going to. Okay, so wait, we've got African American Adam coming out. We've got it's Black Adam. We have Black Adam coming out. Samoan American. Yeah,
he's half. He's androgynous.
Okay, so we've got.
I don't remember Samoans in Egypt, but sure.
Okay, so anyways, we've got half black. We have half Black Adam. Yeah, we've got half Black Adam coming out. We've got the Flash coming out. We have Batgirl, and then we have
it's Black Girl. It's Black Girl.
Oh, it's Black Girl. Yeah, okay, Black Girl.
Black Girl.
Black or no?
Yeah, Black Girl.
Or is she black? Okay.
Who's that actress?
I don't know, but she's new.
Is it Barbara Gordon or no?
It is Barbara Gordon, but I think they're going off of the Batman with Jeffrey Wright as her dad.
Oh,
So, huh?
Yeah.
No, but Jim Gordon is in this continuity, like the new one.
Yeah, but he's saying it's Jeffrey Wright, so she's black because of that.
No, I thought Jim Gordon was the what's it, the other guy's name? Freaking
J.K.
Oh,
Simmons.
J.K. Rowling's. Oh, J.K.
J.K. Rowling's?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Simmons. J.K. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Oh, boy.
Just stop and reboot. They should have done this years ago. I don't. What the hell is this?
You guys do realize that the real life story behind Warner Brothers and Ezra Miller and all that is way more interesting than the movies that.
Yeah, make that.
Oh, okay. Her name is
Michael Bay with their actors on
Leslie Grace.
there.
So, okay.
Oh, she's the
What does
main.
that say about me?
I don't know. What does it say?
It says you can shit in my mouth.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that's if we watch these movies, which we will.
Which we will.
Okay, wait, it doesn't matter. So we have Black Adam, Flash, Batgirl, Blue Beetle. That's it, right? Is that the last four?
I don't know.
No,
I think
no,
we're missing
Shazam.
something. Pardon?
Oh, Shazam,
Shazam.
too. Fury
Shazam
of the
2, yeah.
Gods.
And Aquaman 2.
And Aquaman.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It's like a rolling boulder. You can't stop it. You know, it's like, holy shit, man.
They need,
God damn.
Oh my god.
Batgirl's adopted. Is that what they're saying, Josh?
oh, come on. Can't you? Come on. Why does she always have to be adopted? Just
Well,
have her
the-
be. Just have her be
Oh, that's
half
awesome.
black.
Half, yeah.
Yeah, the DCU is dumbbell. Like it's like I want to watch these just to see how big a screw up they are.
You forgot one, J-Man. It's coming out in a few weeks.
Wait, no,
What?
actually, it like I don't understand why.
Oh, Super Pets.
Yeah, super.
Oh,
Honest to God, I
God.
thought that already came out because I go to McDonald's a lot for breakfast, and I saw there was a Happy Meal for it like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
They
And
have
I
Well, I'm
thought,
seeing it.
so why
I'm-
would there have been a Happy Meal like a month before the movie came out? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm seeing it. Well, my niece and nephew are 3 years old, and
Yeah,
I'm
so
going. I'm seeing it with them, so I'll be seeing
Yeah.
it on
That's
opening
cool.
weekend.
Yeah.
They're very because they love. I bought them the Fisher Price bat, or whatever it's called, the Little People bat cave.
Oh, Imagine
I bought-
X, yeah.
No, not Imagine
Nope.
X. It's like little. They're like fat. They're like, and you
Oh,
plug
the
them
little
in-
people that
little
yeah.
people. So I got them Batgirl, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Robin, Joker, and the Bat Cave. So it's like a huge play set, and they go to the Bat computer. So they love that.
How
So they
90s.
love superheroes. So we're gonna go watch that with my 3-year-old niece and nephew. So that'll be fun.
But the whole thing with Batgirl, like, all right, I don't understand because if she was black, she would have her entire face covered because it's this old joke saying like, Batman has the cowl because he wants the police to know that he's white.
Yeah, there was that argument when Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin, right?
Robin, yeah.
And so what happened was, and they don't tell this story anymore, but in a lot of making of specials, they actually said this, that execs didn't want him to be Robin because if you put a black mask on him, it wouldn't make a difference.
Oh
Wow.
I swear to God, that came up twice. People saying that like execs, like it wasn't the actual
Hollywood
people,
is
but,
racist.
like, yeah, no, there's super
Yeah.
racist. But that guy made off like a bandit. I think he got like $7 million or something for that. And he
But
was
wait,
being
but
raised.
Robin's mask is green.
Doesn't matter.
No, in the movie, it was always.
Oh,
black.
in the movie, it's a black mask.
Yeah.
You're right. But I'm saying like, okay, yeah, because it's a green mask in comics, right?
Yeah.
That's hey, Marlon Wayans made his money. He's like,
Yeah,
I got
give a shit.
check cleared, deuces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go on and make Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah. He's a nerd. Like,
Message.
he wanted to do it, but like,
I got to
Those
get
are
that
great.
message ready. I'm going to get that ready for next
Message.
time. Message. There's a great one where he comes to the window, and it's like he's like,
Oh yeah.
message, and then he goes.
Or in the last one, he's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I gotta rewatch that, man. Don't
It's
be
a great movie. Just
we're
like
gonna
so
do-
many little parts. Like the grandma and Bernie Mac as the racist cop are the best part.
Oh my god.
I hate
so
black
good.
people. I hate my girls because they black.
Oh, I've never seen SpongeBob, so I don't know who that is. But
Exotic. Yeah, I don't believe it.
Panther was black.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. It's like
I
Panther
didn't
was.
think of that. I was just because it wasn't until we were older and I got a bootleg of the cartoons because the DVDs hadn't come out yet. I was like, hey, it's the grandpa from Cosby Show. Holy shit! You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, he was Panthro.
Oh,
He made his money, man. Him and like Uncle Banks
Phil was the Shredder.
Philip Banks, Philip Banks was the Shredder.
Yeah.
He made his true money, man.
I love. Why? I love Cosby Show. I don't care. And I love the grandfather. And when they played Pinochle and the rubbing of the head, and then that other guy came, and then he's like this great. He's this great player, and he's like, or he just happened to be over it, and they're like, and Bill Cosby's like not just rubbing his head for the loss, he's like digging his elbow into his
God, that's rough.
It's super great. I love Cosby Show. I've seen every episode a bunch of times. Okay,
it's great. But guys, I gotta go.
Okay,
I'll be in next week. I'll be in Mexico, Arriba, and yeah. So like, I'll be watching the show though. I'll see you guys.
All right, thanks.
Enjoy your vacation.
See ya.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right, so we missed a bunch of comments here. Let's see. Okay, so what's Arkham saying? His 5-part. Are you talking about Zack Snyder? Well, of course, Zack Snyder didn't understand the characters. Come on, J-Man agrees with Zack Snyder. Right. Well, that's not in debate. That's like Zack Snyder said Superman was garbage. He doesn't like Superman. He said he thought he was lame, so he didn't understand the character. Better than what we have now. I mean, we don't have anything now, so it's hard to say
because of that movie. So
hey, thanks, Raquel. I'll see you. Are you guys doing Star Trek tonight? If you are,
yeah,
I'll see you guys.
It's the last episode of
TNG.
It's
the last episode. It's the last episode. Yeah. Okay.
Of TNG. Yeah.
Ernie, is that Ernie? Oh, okay, Earl
Heyman was the
Thundercats. Yeah. Thundercats is cool. I mean,
Thundercats is really good.
Yeah. I don't mind Zack Snyder's look of Batman, but not him killing. That's my.
I didn't like the look of Batman, but
but you don't like that look. But I actually do.
No, I didn't like it because I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to put the Dark Knight Returns version in the movie, but the problem is Dark Knight Returns was drawn in a style all around, and to put that into live action, like the bat symbol looks like Groucho Marx's mustache. Like it doesn't look right. He's big and fat and huggy. And he looks like those pillow buddies. Like it looks weird.
No, he doesn't. Sean, that's a lie.
You want to hug him. It's
that's
like
a lie.
That's
a lie.
If Groucho Marx mustache, forget that
terrible.
freaking costume.
No. All right, fine. We're gonna.
I recommend you try another sport, like knitting.
No. I thought he looked cool. I don't like Batman killing because it doesn't make sense in what they're doing in that movie. See, I actually don't like Batman killing in Batman 89 either.
Yeah.
When Joker died in Batman 89, I was pretty stunned in the theater. I was like, "Oh, Joker's dead. What the heck?" And I remember talking about this. I told you my famous story where my teacher, Arkham, you'll like this. When I saw Batman 89, I was in grade 6. And my grade 6 homeroom teacher was in the same theater with his family watching Batman 89. And the next Monday at school, my homeroom teacher called me up to the front of the class and sat down in front of the class. And him and I gave our reviews of Batman 89. And then we took questions from the class, which is crazy. This is crazy. Grade 6. I also did a book report on Friday 13th, Part 3. The novelization in grade 6. What a great teacher I had.
I did a book report on Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, the novelization in grade 6 as well.
Okay, but hold on a second. Can we agree that Friday the 13th Part 3 is better than Star Trek?
No, you know what's funny about the book is that they tell you what the whale and the probe are saying to each other, like in the book.
That's
because the probe's like, well, why were you so quiet? And then the whale is playing along because the whale doesn't want the Earth to end. So the whale's like, oh, you know, like we didn't know what you're all about and stuff, and yeah, it's cool.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I'm just saying the visual appearance of Batman at that time to me was my favorite look of Batman. Him killing doesn't make sense. Hey, Lewis, thank you so much. You saw Minion Rise of Groot. Oh, okay. I've seen
any of those.
I've seen zero. I saw, I did see, yes, I agree with this though. He should not be touching. Don't touch it. Hands off. Hands off, Zach. You've done your damage. No, I like the visual, but yeah, him killing doesn't make sense. I didn't like it. So my point is that when we talked about it in grade 6, I had said, you know, I didn't like this idea that Batman killed Joker because I wanted more Joker, right? Like I was like, oh, I don't want it to be dead. I didn't like that. So I didn't, and the problem is that it wouldn't make sense for the commissioner of the police to work with a vigilante who's killing. It already doesn't make sense that the commissioner of the police is working with the vigilante at all. Period. He should not be working with the Batman. However, they've played it in such a way, and this goes back to even Adam West, because even in the Adam West show, they would question it sometimes in the Adam West show. They'd say like, oh, you know what, Batman, who is behind that mask? You don't know. And he's like, oh, he's a duly deputized, officer of the law or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, so that's the thing. So when Zack Snyder's I can understand that in Zack Snyder's, mind, Batman has now got to the point where he is killing. But in that Garbage Justice League movie, Garbage Commissioner Gordon and Garbage Batman are together. I'm like, this is garbage, because you should have disavowed Batman. You should have said, I do not condone Batman anymore. But he still does, and he helps him. So that doesn't make sense. Whether Batman kills or not, that's the problem. It doesn't make sense if you're trying to have him team up with the police. If you're saying that he's like literally like, look, I'm done with the cops. Like if your angle is that Batman is done with the cops, okay, then that's your angle. But now the cops have to hunt him down as well.
Yeah, you have to go in a vein. How I always took it was Commissioner Gordon knew he was one good cop on a very corrupt force. The reason why Gotham was overrun with crime was twofold. One, because of the power of the villains, and two, because of the inability of the police to do their job, because most of them were on the take of the villains.
Right.
So they basically sat there and said, if...
We'll talk about it, Belle. We'll talk about it. Go ahead, Steve. Finish your point.
Yeah. So if I cannot get help from the law, I'm going to get help from someone who is acting in the best interest of the law.
Yeah, it makes look. It still doesn't make sense, but it's comic book sense.
Yeah.
Right. Where it makes sense it's believable enough for me to wrap my head around the reasoning of it, and then I can move on. It's suspension of disbelief, and then I can continue on my day. Yep. The Batman. So I gave it 5 out of 10. Steve, what was your ranking of the Batman?
Like 3.
3 out of 10. Sean, what's your ranking of the Batman?
4, I think.
4. So I was at a 4. I gave it a 5 because I did rewatch it and I found a little bit more things to like about it.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's probably in the 4. If you use, again, Steve, Sean, and I are using my space method. So my 5 out of 10 is probably people's like 6 or 7 out of 10. Like to me, 5 out of 10 means what it means. It's an average movie. It's in the middle. It was okay. I like the Batman parts. I don't like the Riddler parts. I don't like the Riddler story. And most of it was the Riddler story, and Batman fails at everything he does. I don't care if it's year 2. I don't like to see it. There's 2 things that I always consider. There's what is in the realm of possibility. Then there's the, do I like this? So is it in the realm of possibility that Batman can't figure out that carpet lifting tool? Is it in the realm of possibility that, Batman can't figure out that La Rata or whatever, or what was the thing? I can't remember what it was. It like means bat.
Yeah, the rat that flies.
The rat with wings is a bat. They say it in the other Batman movies. So it's in the realm of possibility that he doesn't know these things, right? But I don't like it. So there's the people saying, well, this makes sense. Okay, it might make sense, but I don't like it. There's also things that don't make sense that I don't like. But even if something makes sense, like maybe it makes sense that Obi-Wan Kenobi is really upset over Darth Vader and he now sucks as a Jedi and he lost all of his force powers and now he can't use a lightsaber and he's just a lonely guy who cuts meat for some company. Is that in the realm of possibility? Sure, but I don't like it. And it's like, I don't think it would happen, right? Like, I don't think it would happen the way you presented it to me. So those are my two things. Sure, is it possible that the 14th Doctor could be a woman? I guess so. I guess it's possible. But, but the storylines suck.
I think the forest for the trees aspect here is, the rat that flies, like, is it reasonable for him not to know what that is? But my problem with that was, should you even figure out what that is in the first place? Like, he's not solving the crime. The crime was the guy died. But they're all hot and bothered trying to figure out the clues from the Riddler. Why? Just because it's the Riddler and everyone's like, whoa, Riddler gives clues. And so, all I know about that is Batman solves the clues. But there's no reason. You're trying to make a gritty, realistic crime thriller. And a man died. And you're not looking at clues like prints, way of entry, etc., like that. There's videos that the killer is sending to the press. You're not analyzing the videos for time, for sounds, location. You're trying to figure out the Riddler's clues on the Riddler's own terms. Why is it important to figure out what the rat that flies is and all that stuff? It's like you get the murder weapon, but like why? There's no investigation. I feel like the people who made this movie thought they were a lot smarter than they really are. Like, the screenplay is super sloppy, and it shouldn't be 3 hours either.
No.
Oh, thank
Rick
you.
Kelly, he's not as good as. Hold on.
100%.
Sean is not as good as a lot of human beings. Number one, Dolph Lundgren. Number two, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, Sean, you're like really low rank. Well, you're not low. You might.
Dolph is a PhD man, so yeah.
Dolph is like number one. Oh, Arkham, I'll send you the link, buddy. Yeah, I'll send you the link, man. Arkham's dying.
The movie falls apart.
He's dying. He's foaming at the mouth.
I know he's to get in here.
He wants to get in here.
The movie falls apart for me. It's like I can watch it for basic Batman stuff. I mean, the Batcave is there. That's cool.
No, so let me tell you why I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah.
I moved from a 4 to a 5. The reason is that I want to reward people who are trying to honor Batman.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like, look, we want to make it a mystery. You guys wanted a mystery. We're going to give it to you. It's like, and unfortunately, a lot of people did like this gritty realism of the Nolan series, which I really didn't like, but a lot of people did. And that series did do well and people go back to it. So I understand the mentality of we're going to keep the realism, but we're going to give you a detective story. The problem is that it's just misguided. You've gone too far into this gritty, realistic crap. And then the problem is that you haven't made it realistic. That's what Sean is saying. You haven't made it realistic. So you shouldn't have gone there.
Makes a great point there. There was no actual detective work. It was riddle solving.
Exactly. No, you're right.
No more than any other Batman movie with the Riddler.
Right, you're right. But they try.
It doesn't make his name.
Look, they try. Look, Zack Snyder approached this as, I don't give a crap about DC characters. I'm going to give you my version of them. That's his approach. This guy's approach is, look, I'm trying to present what I think you guys want from Batman. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and it went the wrong direction. Bell asked about Colin Farrell. I thought he was okay, but he didn't feel like the Penguin to me. He didn't have the top hat. He didn't have the tails. To me, the Penguin is based on his suit. He's a little short guy, waddly guy with the little penguin tails. He's got the hat and tails. I thought that used to be a penguin suit. I'm not sure if that's not the term, or if that term maybe is outdated. Hey, Clobby, how's it going? What kind of Batman film you guys enjoy? I actually like Mask of the Phantasm. Let me send my buddy the link here. What's his face is Arkham is dying here. Let me send Arkham. I'm sending you the link, buddy. Hang tight. We're getting there. We're getting there. There you go, dude. I just sent it to you on Twitter, man.
Hey, Clobby. I
like Mask of the Phantasm. If that was a live action movie, that would probably be one of the best, or maybe the best one. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about
I
that?
think people would be tense that they made a new character and all that stuff. That I think years later, just like the real Mask of the Phantasm, people would be like, "Oh yeah," look back and say, "Oh, it's great." But like, if they made that live action with like a new villain entirely, which is what it was, I think
Arkham, I'm sorry, I'm going to play this for you because I don't have an intro, and if I don't have an intro, I've got to play this. It's a little bit funny. We love you on the show, so don't take it the wrong way. It's just for fun.
But guess who shows up for no reason at all to get his grandstanding and hot dogging in? You, man.
Hey, Arkham.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Arkham, you don't know who that is, eh?
do you know who that is? Oh, you
Yeah,
don't know
that's
who
what I
that
thought.
is?
He's way too young for that.
Arkham has to go now. See ya.
We're old grandpas, man.
Oh man, that is the Macho Man Randy Savage. That's the most macho man there ever was. If
I do really like the Mask of the Phantasm.
You like Mask of the Phantasm?
Yeah, like if I had to rank what my favorite, like if it were Batman films, all of them, like I don't know, something about the Mask of the Phantasm is like I always liked the Batman animated series, and I like the characters that like how it's done in the animated series. Then you get these sequels like Mask of Phantasm. Then you have
I think it was Freeze.
you also have Batman Beyond, Return Joker. I like that too. Like
I thought that was good too.
Yeah, that's I always wanted. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I always wanted a Batman Beyond movie. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
in live action.
There's a big fan base for Batman Beyond, and the thing is, it was pretty respectful, I think, of Batman. I said this to Clobby knows this. Sean, you know this. I think Steve knows this. My favorite Batman cartoon is Brave and the Bold. I love the toys.
Yeah.
It's my favorite card. I think the animated series is maybe the best if you want to pick like this is the best Batman.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite, I like Blue and Gray Batman. Look, I grew up on superpowers and Marvel role playing. And Sean, you know this. The TSR Marvel Advanced Role Playing Game and Super Friends, Superpowers, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite versions for the most part. I like the brown costume Wolverine. I like Iceman with that belt or whatever. Regular Spider-Man's my favorite, but I do like the black suit Spider-Man because he was in the game. In the game, you could pick either. You could be the black suit Spider-Man or regular Spider-Man. So it's like I like that era, right? So that's the thing. It's like and to me, blue and gray Batman with the yellow. I like the yellow in the back of the bat with Robin. And I like Earth 2 Robin, if you want to pick a different costume. I like Earth 2 Robin. I have the toy of that. I think Brave and the Bold was like 10 out of 10. I love every episode. But animated series is probably the best. What do you guys all think?
It's animated series. Like I always
that's your best?
Yeah, that to me that's the best. Like in my opinion, like I know like it gets into like you get introduction of Robin. It has all the rogues here. You have Scarecrow, Clayface, Penguin, Joker, etc. Like they did all the rogues here correctly. It's like you could just do Batman mid-series in live action if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could take a few of those and merge them into one. I don't know if I don't know, Arkham, if you noticed this, or I think Steve and Sean would know. Like when you watch all of the storylines, if you look at the Batman Adam West TV show, because I've seen that so many times now, and I rewatch it like every time, right? So I cycle through it. All of the elements from that show made it into live action because the Joker did the painting episode. Remember where he was doing the painting, right? He did the chemicals one. Like it's like all of the things that Joker did in those movies was from the animals. Penguin went for mayor, right? That was and he literally had the Pengy for mayor buttons, and they had the mayor for buttons in Batman Returns, right? Like,
well, yeah, the animated series came out around the time of Batman Returns.
Returns, yes, yeah.
It came out to coincide with it, and they even had the rubber ducky from.
They had the rubber duck, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Look, I know that's not the Penguin, but I don't care. I like that Penguin.
Two-Face made it into the third movie because he was popular from the cartoon.
We know, Bell.
Schumacher said that, right? So yeah.
Stick to your guns. You know, I think it's a nightmare. You know, I think that movie's a nightmare. But
Woo! It's a
Sean
camp
loves
classic.
Like,
Sean loves it.
I respect people like different iterations. The reason I did this on Twitter, responded like someone on Twitter saying BVS is the best superhero movie of all time. I don't agree because
That's outrageous.
Number one, I know what Zack Snyder was trying to do. He was trying to merge. He was trying to merge the Dark Knight Returns story and the Death of Superman story into one movie, and
it didn't work.
And it didn't work. He failed. Like, he didn't even do the Death of Superman correctly. That story. He didn't do Doomsday correctly, and it's like you kind of disrespected the iconic story.
Yeah, that was a mess. The problem is it's what you said, Arkham. They tried to put all this cool stuff in. Look, okay.
Yeah.
DC, it's just a Man of Steel came out, and it's a nightmare, right? It's a nightmare. So they don't know what to do. They're like, this should have been a massive movie. What are we gonna do? Then it's like, quick, throw Batman into it. Then they're like, okay, let's do Batman. Okay, let's make him look like the Dark Knight. Oh, perfect. Let's do the Dark Knight Returns kind of storyline. Oh, let's put Doomsday in. Oh, let's put Wonder Woman in. Guys, you need to relax. It's like Man of Steel, yeah. So you need to relax. It's like you don't know what you're doing. You've thrown everything you can into this movie. And then the next movie was Justice League. So they threw more in instead of learning from BVS and say, okay, we need to take a back step here. They're like, let's put Cyborg and let's put Flash and let's put Martian Manhunter for 5 seconds and let's put this guy. And it's like, okay, guys, whoa, you need to super relax. You guys are just piling on more rubbish. And no one, honestly, there's people that really love it. The Restore the Snyderverse and all that stuff. They really do love all that stuff, and that's fine. But the thing is that a regular person can't wrap their head around it. They haven't had time to digest it. They don't know what's going on. They can't take their kids to it. Like literally, families are going to sit down to Man of Steel, and they're like, I can't let my kid watch this movie. And they're like, but I thought Superman was for everyone. No, it wasn't. And I'll tell you something else. Horror movies are usually, unless you're a movie nerd, like we're all movie nerds, like Steve and Sean and I, we're movie nerds. So we love the Frankenstein monsters, and Bride of Frankenstein is one of the best films ever made. Invisible Man's one of the best films. All Creature from Black Lagoon. But we also love The Changeling and Exorcist. And there's that weird time period we had these weird horror movies. I love the Cronenberg movies, right? Body horror stuff. And
Argento.
then I love Argento, right? We're just talking about Conquest earlier. Lucio Fulci, the Yellow movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we also like Friday the 13th and all that. But Arkham, I'm betting that if you're a horror guy, you're probably not a Friday the 13th guy. You're probably like, I don't know, like what's current now, Saw, or what's even more current.
No, I like Friday the 13th.
Okay, yeah. So most horror people now, they're into Insidious, or they might be into the Stranger Things kind of stuff. Malignant.
Or ghost videos.
Ghost, those, right, which are bad.
Paranormal.
The ghost video that pops up. And
we love Cujo.
Cujo! Thank you, Belle. Cujo's awesome.
It is awesome. Look, everyone likes Cujo. It's a great movie. No, but what I'm saying is that it doesn't tend to seep over too much.
Yeah.
Right? But here's the thing. My wife's dad, who had passed away, so my father-in-law was in his 80s. He loved Superman, the Christopher Reeve movie. They went to go see those in India. They went to go see those in the theater in India. He was 80-something. He loved them. My mom is 65. She loved the Christopher Reeve movies. We would go see them together when I was old enough to go. My grandfather, who was like 80-something, he loved it. I'm 45. I'm 44. I love it. My niece, who's 14 now, she loves it. My little niece and nephew, who are 3, they haven't seen it yet, but guess what? I'm pretty sure they're gonna love it. Who loves Man of Steel? I was gonna say Man of Steel. I don't want to say that. Who loves Man of Steel? It's like literally this demographic and no one else, because everyone's like, this is not Superman. And you're not going to build a franchise that lasts forever based on 18 to 30-year-olds. It's like, oh, we love this movie, right? But no one else does, and everyone else loves Christopher Reeve Superman. Everyone else, and those people, 18 to 30, love it, and everyone else.
I think the problem is the problem with it is like the vision he was trying to do. He was trying to rip apart like I know his method. Like I saw a video of it. Like he talks about like Batman, Superman. He wants to rip apart, like disassemble the characters and re-put them together. And I feel like that's kind of a bad method of doing the characters in extended universe. Like, and I don't like a lot of his ideas. Also, like people hate it. Like the Dick Grayson death. They hated like
right. That's garbage.
Like,
Dick Grayson is dead in his vision. I use that in quotes. My vision is
I don't like. It's just mean spirited.
It's mean.
That's and there's no philosophy behind it other than nihilism. You know, which isn't. You're not making the boys. You're making Superman and Batman.
Right.
Like,
I'm not going to call it Man of Steel. That's Clobby's thing. I'm not doing that.
Like, if you're introducing Batman, Superman in an extended universe to audience, you want the audience to like that version of Batman or Superman. And like, as much people can say Ben Affleck's the greatest Batman of all time for some reason, he kind of failed at the Batman interpretation to the audience because, like, I have some friends that aren't hardcore DC fans, and they just watched the movie with me, and they hated it. They just hated it.
Which movie did they hate? I'm sorry, BVS.
BVS.
Well, they hated it. Sean loves it, man. He's seen it like
Sean has
48
watched
times.
it times. Yeah.
It's so bad. It's not even so bad as good. It's just I still can't believe they made this movie. I watch it in fascination. It's
fascination.
Oh, Sean, you're frozen. What a terrible time to be frozen. Okay, so while Sean's frozen, okay, I thought Justice League was the best out of the Zack Snyder stuff because Superman was in his real costume and it was 2 hours and like so 2
hours. And he's fun at the end.
Some of the effects were wonky ass.
Yeah.
But that's a weird movie. I know everyone's pissed off at Batman and Superman in these movies, but I'm not pissed off at them as much. I'm really pissed off at Wonder Woman. When Wonder Woman shows up and murders people in front of school children and then blows up walls of the building she was sent to protect from being blown up. The terrorists want to blow up the museum and kill the children. So what she does is she traumatizes the children by murdering people in front of them and splattering them against the wall. Then she blows up the side of the building, and then she smiles afterwards. And this little girl's like, I want to be just like you. And I'm like, when you grow up, little girl, you too can be a murderer. You won't have powers, so you'll probably just have to use knives and saws and probably poisons, because women usually use poison as their weapon of choice. It's like, this is like half an hour into that movie. I'm like, whoa. And I start to think, I thought, this didn't happen in the Justice League, the theatrical version, like Joss Whedon. And I was like, this didn't happen, did it? And then I watched, I'm like, no, he cut all that out because he's smart and he knows that that's stupid. Wonder Woman murders, and someone was telling me, well, they're terrorists. Okay, so murder them in secret. She murdered them in front of school children. This is my vision. That's not a vision. As soon as that, I got to be honest with you guys, when that happened, that was it for that movie. I almost checked. I finished the movie. Maybe it was really great after that. I checked out. I'm like, okay, yeah. So Wonder Woman is a murderer, and she does it in front of school children, and she blew up the building. It's like, thanks, Wonder Woman, for saving the museum from being blown up. Oh wait,
she blew it up.
It's like, oh yeah, sorry about that. I despised it. And then Wonder Woman jumps up in the air and does a big slow motion, cuts off Steppenwolf's head with that sword. WTF? This is not Wonder Woman. So I know everyone's pissed off at Batman and Superman. I was actually most upset over Wonder, because you know why? I really liked Wonder Woman before this. That's my thing. Because I didn't care about Superman. I didn't care about Batman in Zack Snyder's version. But I liked Wonder Woman. I liked Wonder Woman Part 1. I like Wonder Woman 84. Stop it. I don't care. We're not having this argument over it. It might be a bad movie, but Wonder Woman's great in it. I can't take it. She murdered people. I'm like, she murdered people in front of school children. Steven, do you have a response?
No.
What's your take on that? Like,
did that take place before or after the Aquaman thing? Because I was sort of done after that, because Aquaman yelled at Bruce Wayne and then threw an empty bottle into the ocean and then jumped into it, and a bunch of blonde school children sang a song for 5 minutes, and I'm like...
And smelled his sweater.
Like, the problem is that we're arguing about, would this character do this? Would this character do this? Would this character do this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there saying, where's the editor to stop this from being 4 hours? That's what I'm asking. Like, that is what I'm asking, literally. Like,
as much as
where's the editor?
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Aquaman threw a bottle into the ocean. It's supposed to protect the ocean.
Yeah.
The first thing you learned on your first day of school was don't pollute the ocean. It's like, hi class, welcome. Rule number 1, don't pollute the ocean. Aquaman is the protector of the ocean. I don't care about the surface world. The fucking surface world sucks. It's like, you just polluted the oceans.
Yeah. I'm so nihilistic and cool.
Oh
like,
my
what
God.
the hell?
So,
oh my God.
I don't know. Like,
that is so bad.
It's just, I need an editor to stop this from being 4 hours. It needs to happen. Like,
I think so. A lot of it. I feel like the movie overall, it didn't really. As much as I like, I like the movie. But as much as I like it, it doesn't have to be 4 hours.
No, it's too long. It's boring.
It's way too long to get to where you are. Like, pluses. Steppenwolf looks way better.
He's way better.
I actually understand what the plot is, which is more than I can say for the theatrical version.
I agree with that.
Desaad is cool. I really like Desaad.
Desaad is
I like
awesome.
Darkseid for the 5
Darkseid
seconds
looks
song.
cool. Yep.
5 seconds.
But you see what the problem is? I'm praising all the villains.
Yeah.
I'm not praising the heroes. That's the problem.
Okay, so forget about me upset over the characters.
Yeah.
Let's look at it as the movie. The action's pretty good. There's some good fights. There's some good team-up fights. Steppenwolf looks wicked, right? Like, look, he looks wicked. His armor's kind of neat. I've never really seen that before, where it moves and breaks.
It's alive.
Shit. It's alive. That's cool. Yeah. Desaad looked really neat. I'm not talking about compared to comics. I'm just talking about the movie only.
He looked cool. Yeah.
He looked cool. Darkseid looked pretty cool, right? Like, oh shit, he's like pretty badass guy.
I liked his voice. Like,
his voice was good, right? Let's go with that. There's some good fights, right? But the problem still is that it's still too long anyways. And the nightmare scene, even if I'm going by Zack Snyder's vision, the thing is that this idea that Joker is still alive when Batman has literally murdered every other villain. Why didn't he murder the Joker? The Joker was the one guy you should murder if you're going to murder anybody.
Yeah, if you're murdering
people, he's
you're
the
there
number
already.
one.
So there's this Joker guy.
It just makes no sense.
Right, it makes no sense anyway. So it's not like I am being very well. Look, it's my opinion, so I can have whatever opinion I want. I don't like the way the characters are portrayed. Period. That's at least the 3 big people. Who are the people I care about? Look, I don't care.
I don't like any of them. Aquaman is all grumpy, flutes the ocean. Flash is fondling a girl as she happens to be going by.
Yeah,
like that is weird. Like, I'm like, why is the Flash fondling Iris West? That's just freaking weird. Martian Manhunter decides to be, to be, what is it? He's with Lois Lane. He's like, oh, Lois, you got. I'm like, what? Why is Martian Manhunter wasting his time with this? Cyborg is a petulant kid who his father gave him ungodly powers after he got mad at him because he didn't show up for the football game. I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm not pissed off at people that like these movies. No. I'm just trying to get on the same page. Look, I don't want to not like movies. I bought all these. Clobby's
Yeah,
going to hate me. Get ready for Clobberin time saying I'm part of the problem. Hold on. Sean's part of the problem too. So
did you buy the 4-hour one, or I have the
Wonder
4K.
Twin Powers activate?
Yeah,
Sean has single-handedly funneled more money into Batman versus Superman than 10 of its so-called fans.
I bought 2 of the Bat Caves for that.
Exactly.
For BBS, and
So
I have
look,
the Batmobile as well.
and you have
Like
the
that
Batmobile,
shitty Tumbler thing.
Yeah. I buy everything. That entire I bought the 4K Zack Snyder Justice League cut.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be product out there. And let me tell you something. I don't like Superman Returns either.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's
it's garbage.
It's garbage too. I'm not. And you know, somebody said to me, "Well, I don't know where this came. I don't know where this came about." Somebody said this on someone else's channel, not on my channel.
Yeah.
Someone said that. The Superman Returns was supposed to be like Christopher Reeve movies.
No, I hate that.
I hate that.
It's not. It dovetails. It's supposed to dovetail off the continuity, but does nothing with it. It's like Lex Luthor is still into it's still into.
You are part of the.
But the Christopher Reeve movies were never that dour and down and bummer like that, and they were exciting. You know, it's like that movie is boring as hell. The villain setup is literally like the first scene sets up the villain, right? Villain setups are supposed to be the villain does something cool. You're like, oh my god, what a threat to the hero. The villain setup is Lex Luthor gets an old dying lady to sign a will. That's what the hell is like? Oh, what a formidable foe for Superman! It's like having a doomsday rampages across the city, stops into an old folks' home and gets an old lady, Miss Leibowitz, can you sign this, please? And then it's like, now I have money. It's like, it's stupidness. What the hell was that?
I got this.
I don't know why that's there for sure.
because I thought that was a great plan. He's gonna steal money from an old woman. Like,
why explain why he has the money to do all his stuff? Like the original didn't. He's a villain.
Somebody typed that out.
I know.
Somebody sat down at a computer and said, Superman, guys, we haven't seen Superman in a while. I've got this great idea for Lex Luthor. Oh, what's your idea? Oh, well, here's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Lex Luthor is going to talk to this old woman and steal her money.
Steal her money? Yeah. We're going to open the movie with this.
So they can buy real estate so exciting. On Kryptonite Island or whatever the hell it is. Like,
right, because somebody wants to build parking lots there.
Yeah, it like volcanic rock. Like, what are you talking about?
I remember...
So idiotic.
Leading up to that, people didn't want to believe it was going to be a boring mess disaster. So the video game from Electronic Arts had all this cool stuff in it, like Mixie's Pitlick was in it. There's like 100-foot tall Metallo, and people were like, oh my god, is this going to be in the movie? And then they made the figures, and Lex Luthor had the power armor from Superpowers. And people were like, oh my god, this is going to be awesome. And you watch the movie, none of that stuff's in there. All the third-party licensors understood what to do, but the movie makers were like, let's make the most boring, and everything will be tinted black so you could barely see the costume. Let's make the most boring, downer 2.5-hour thing you can possibly imagine.
It's like attending a 2.5-hour funeral while having a massive headache and gas.
Yeah,
it is the most uncomfortable experience you can hope to have in a movie theater. It is god awful.
Yeah. The thing with Man of Steel is that there's a lot of fighting. And the thing is that there was zero fighting in Superman. People have forgotten that Superman is still an action-oriented character. He's from Action Comics. We need to see some sort of excitement. This was my problem. We can bring this back to Kenobi. We can bring this back to Ms. Marvel. I'm getting through Ms. Marvel. It's just nothing happens. Every episode is nothing's going to happen in this episode. Nothing's going to happen in this episode. Nothing's going to happen in this episode.
Ms. Marvel's your favorite show.
Well,
yeah, it's nothing. I know nothing happens, but no, hold on. So it's like, where's the excitement? Like, okay, if I'm watching Kenobi for the first time, I want to see the guy who's the main guy of this show do cool stuff. it's like Boba Fett. If somebody tells you, hey, there's going to be a Boba Fett TV show, you're going to sit there and think, okay, Boba Fett. Oh, yeah, shit. He's the coolest looking Star Wars character, in my opinion. He's the coolest looking guy. Wait, he's a bounty hunter. Oh, shit. Every episode, he's going to track down a bounty. Like, it'll start off with him coming into some friggin' town, and some guy's like, here, we need this guy. It's like, and a hologram thing comes up. It's like, some killer. It's like, this man's killed, 10 people. We need you to capture him. And then Boba Fett's like, I accept. And it's like bounty. It's gonna be like Bounty Law from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Remember the fake show?
Yeah.
It's gonna. Right,
I thought you were talking about the Lorenzo Lamas movie.
Oh,
Lorenzo Lamas is better than Sean. We're gonna come up with a list of people that are cooler than Sean.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lamas is cool, but like, right. So I thought it was gonna be like, okay, like Boba Fett's like, yeah, it's like, I accept the mission, and then it's gonna be he tracks them down and he fights guys. And then it's like, oh, Mr. Fett, we've heard of you. We were prepared for you. Oh shit, here comes a monster. You're like, oh fuck, it's a monster. And he like shoots that monster and like uses his cables and ties it up. It's like shit. And then it's like, okay, it's like Boba Fett, we I bow to you, and he's like, I'm taking you in dead. You're like, oh shit, he just killed him. And then he brings the dead body and slams the dead body. He's like, give me my credits. And then that's episode 1. You're like, holy crap. This is what happens. He talks, walks around, he's chubby, he's fatter than me. Walks around, talks. It's like he's like, oh, don't kill anybody. Okay, it's like, what is it? And I'm giving it a pass. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Giving it a pass. I'm like, nothing happened. I gave it a pass until nothing happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the same with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to see Obi-Wan Kenobi running around with a lightsaber, jumping. I want parkour. Like, I want jumping off shit. It's like, Obi-Wan, yes, this is Bail Organa. What happened, Bail? Leia's been kidnapped. Where is she? She's being held in this sector. Okay, beep. He goes in, presses a button. The friggin' cave opens up. He's got a ship in there. It comes out. He rips his robes off. He's got friggin' Jedi gear. He's like,
J-Man's reenacting.
I'm reenacting the whole thing for you. He's got the lightsaber, puts it in, straps up his boots. Like, he's not going to put a headband, but if it's Rambo, he would.
Yeah, I was about to say Rambo.
Yeah.
It's Rambo. He gets in. It's like beep, 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 beep. Into the hyperspace. Comes out. It's like, oh, this is the sector. It's like, I need to be let in. It's like, oh, who are you? And he does the Jedi mind trick. It's like, you're going to let me in. They're like, okay, we let you in. He lands. He comes down. There's guards. Kills them all. Breaks the friggin' door down. They're like, they're like, what? I thought the Jedi were all dead. Vader killed them all. It's like, he didn't kill this Jedi. No! Grabs Princess Leia. Come on, Leia, hop on my back. She hops on his back. He friggin' parkours out of that thing, gets in the ship, brings her back. That's episode 1. Not, oh, I cut meat all day.
I don't want to leave.
I don't want to save Princess Leia. I'm watching Luke. Right now. I don't want to save him. It's like, do I have to save her? It's like,
but the thing is, it contradicts itself. It's like he's out of practice.
Right.
So why are you watching?
Why would you
Luke?
ask him?
What's the point of that?
Right.
What's the point of watching Luke if you're not going to stay in practice? Like, you want to train. Like, he even says to like Uncle Owen, like, I want to train him and stuff. Like, as he's showing, it's like, train him in what? You don't even know anything anymore. It's like, what's the point? Like, why wouldn't he be in practice just because of the script?
How does a Jedi Master get out of practice?
He doesn't.
That's the thing. He's like, I can barely use the Force now. I'm like,
why?
This isn't like you weightlift or anything. This is a frigging.
Wait, you think that Yoda went out of practice? He was there.
Yoda went out. He's like, oh, they're like, Luke. This is like.
Thank you, Belle. We love having you on.
Take care, Belle.
See you.
This is like Robot Chicken. This is like something out of Robot Chicken where Yoda's like, what, Luke's coming? Oh, God, I got to go out and practice the Force because I got to train him now. I haven't had any time on Dagobah. There's been no recent use of Force on Dagobah for like 30 years or whatever the hell. Shit, yeah. Now I got to practice so Luke doesn't think I'm an idiot when he shows up in his frigging, X-Wing.
Yeah.
So everything is non-excitement. Everything is not exciting.
But it's also like,
it'll get better. It's character development. No, it's not. No. It's character development. What have you learned about Reva? She's a garbage character.
She's psychotic.
About her. Right, and she can survive lightsabers to the gut.
Like,
I don't
how
know
can
what
you
she's
redeem
about.
someone? This is like someone, she's going to murder a child, and she's like, oh, I couldn't do it at the end. But you were going to. So what redemption angle? Oh, you didn't choose to do it. I don't walk around, see a girl like, oh, I think I want to kill her. You know I'm not.
Oh, wait, Steve, you're the best. You've redeemed yourself.
Thank you for not committing a serious crime against another human being. You're awesome.
You kidnapped her, though. But, like, it's like she kidnapped Leia. She chops the woman's arms off. She kidnaps Leia. My favorite, I don't know if Sean heard this when we were talking about the Moses Ingram motivation session where she comes on the set. She's like, okay, so what am I doing in this scene? Oh, in this scene, you want Kenobi to come after you because you hate Kenobi. Oh, perfect. So you despise Kenobi. You despise him. Oh, perfect. Well, what happened? Well, what did he do to me? Well, you see, Anakin killed your friends. No. Okay, so am I fighting Kenobi? Yeah. In this scene, you hate Kenobi. But why do I hate Kenobi? Because he was friends with Anakin. Oh, but wait, he's not friends with Anakin. They hate each other, and Anakin tried to kill Vader. Right. So yeah, let's get the scene started. Like, okay, like it's and then Moses Ingram okay, action, and she's just like, yeah, I want Kenobi dead. Right? Like, what are you telling her to work with?
You know what's funny about this Kenobi was that they went with people were like, everything looks sort of hectic and chaotic in Book of Boba Fett. There's different directors, there's different like writers and stuff. Like and that's how you usually make a show. It's like different writers and there's a showrunner that like ties it all together. In this one, they're like, we're gonna have one director for all the episodes and one writer for all the episodes. So it's gonna be more connected and tighter, right? And it's fucking terrible. Like it steps on its own feet constantly. That Joby guy is the worst. I don't care. And it's like he'll probably be like, well, the studio. It's like, oh, it's a studio, nothing. You should be able to write yourself out of these conundrums. Like, what is this? That guy sucks, man. I think he's involved with Flash. So that's even more like bullets to the.
Is this the person who didn't watch Revenge of the Sith?
Yes.
Oh, did he say he didn't watch Revenge of the Sith, or he
who's
went back?
In Flash?
The writers of this are the writers of Flash.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
No. Joby?
No,
I can't remember his last name. I just know Joby.
He's not involved.
Okay, so Joby is the one who said that they didn't watch Revenge of the Sith or something, or what was that? There's somebody, because there's a hyper mistake. It's like, Vader's still alive? It's like, but yeah.
I thought he said he went back to watch it and realized that yes, he knew that Vader was Anakin. Joby Harold, I thought he was involved with it. Like, I don't think he's the final draft of that, but like he wrote a lot of it, and I think he's still on the credits because they take a percentage of like. Yeah.
You're right, Sean. He provided a story for the Flash. He's one of the credits for story.
The story.
Okay. So he's not a script. He's not the screenwriter, though.
God.
And that has he wrote Army of the Dead.
Well, that was a garbage movie too.
Yeah, it had contradictions as well.
Where's all the hey Zack Snyder fans in the chat? What happened? You guys abandoned your boy. He made Army of the Dead. That was a garbage movie. You abandoned your boy. You also abandoned him on Sucker Punch. So, anywho,
the writer of the Flash,
is
the same person who wrote Bumblebee and Birds of Prey.
Oh dear God, this man is
God.
She is. Sorry, it's a woman.
Yeah.
It's
wait, huh?
Batgirl.
Oh, Batgirl. That's it.
Joby Harold identifies as she or no?
No. She is the screenwriter. So Joby Harold wrote, or he's credited with the story. One of the credit, but this person wrote the screenplay to the Flash.
Okay.
Not the story.
Yeah, a woman wrote the screenplay. Yeah.
Yes.
What's the difference between screenplay? Like, I know story. What's the screenplay like?
The story is what I just told you. My idea was for Kenobi episode 1. Now someone has to write that out. in a
okay.
formal
Yeah.
in like I could maybe if I wrote like a 1-page thing describing what I would say.
So it's like like the screenplays, like this.
The screenplays, the dialogue. Okay, scene one,
breakout, and all
like
that,
yeah, scene one.
Okay.
The scene starts with panning a shot, and it'll be like, okay, we're panning into Obi-Wan Kenobi picking his ass and cutting meat or whatever.
Story binds the Marvel
Arkham,
method.
here's how it works. Generally, movies start with what they call a treatment, which is basically what J-Man just said. It's just a few pages about what's going to happen in the movie. Someone takes that, sometimes the original story person, sometimes not, and they write the actual movie from it. So they take that treatment. So usually the treatment people are credited with the story,
right.
And then the screenwriter is whoever wrote the dialogue and whatnot you're seeing.
That's different than comics, though, Arkham, just so you know. That's not the same in comics.
Right.
The story guy is really dictating a lot with the artist. And then there's somebody that comes in and sometimes just does dialogue. Yeah. This is where the Stan Lee versus Jack Kirby things really get weird, because if Stan Lee just says, okay, I want Spider-Man to fight someone called Scorpion, and that's all he says, then let's say Steve Ditko is like, okay, so we'll call him Mac Gargan. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's make him a green guy. Let's say his tail shoots stuff, like, and then you start to say, who created the Scorpion? Like, that's where these problems come in, right? Yeah. With the big one for you, Arkham, is Batman, which is Bill Finger and Bob Kane, because Bob Kane said Batman, but if you look at what he wanted and what came to be, you're like, I would almost say Bill Finger's like 80% of Batman.
Yeah,
like, I mean, it's crazy.
Bob Kane took all the credit, and
pretty much,
and Bill Finger did all the work.
See, I sort of liken it to this. A lot of times with a screenplay, if they'll have an action scene, they'll just write down a large action scene with lots of explosions and that happen. The director gets that, works with the director of, the choreographer,
stunt coordinators,
and says, okay,
like whoever the stunt team,
right?
Whoever's
but usually
the guns,
it's the director storyboarding it and then going to the choreographer and saying, "Can we do this?" Right? So, in essence, I would liken the comics, the story writer, to be the screenwriter, and the the person who does the drawing to be the director, right? That's how I would sort of liken it in my mind.
Yeah, I know it's the Marvel method. I know that's called that. I was just explaining it to Arkham. I know it's, but yeah, so it's different for movies and comic books, right? Like the story person sometimes might do a bit more than the story person would do in a movie and a comic.
Right.
Like they might really map out a lot more. It depends. It's very wishy-washy. You don't know. Like, we don't know, right? And like, so when I don't know where we were streaming this. Was this on our last stream, Sean? We were talking about Cronenberg for Kuato and Total Recall. And at some point in time, David Cronenberg had a pass on that movie. Yeah. And in his treatment, he threw in this mutant Kuato thing coming out of this guy's coming out of the guy's chest and all this mutant stuff. And then Cronenberg never did anything with that, and they moved it on to someone else, and all of a sudden that kind of stayed in. So it's like, which makes sense, because when you're watching Totally, well, this is like some weird Cronenberg shit.
Yeah,
like Cronenberg shit is like a term. It's like, you're like, this is like some weird Cronenberg thing, and it's like, oh, it literally is a Cronenberg thing. It literally is Cronenberg. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, that's the thing, and again, it depends. Like, what's his face? James Cameron is like a crazy, like he's like the auteur director where it's like, no, I need to be involved in every decision. Like, even Robert Rodriguez films everything himself. There's no second units. And I mean, some movies have third unit. Like, I don't know, like when you start getting into second, third unit or more, you're like, holy shit, that means the director is not there for a lot of it. Because half the time the director is only there when the main actors are there to direct them. But let's say that, like, I don't know about Matt Reeves, so I'm not sure. But let's say Matt Reeves, if there must have been a second unit on Batman.
Oh, definitely.
Has to be, right? So Matt Reeves would not have or may not have directed the action scene with the car,
Probably not.
right?
No.
Because he probably would have left that to his action director, his second unit director.
Yep.
Now maybe he didn't. I don't know, but it doesn't say that in the credits. Like it'll just say second unit.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's 100% for sure is that Matt Reeves was there with Pattinson or Jeffrey Wright or what's her face, Lisa Bonet's
Zoe
daughter,
Kravitz, Paul Dano.
Paul Dano. So that's when Matt Reeves was there.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves might not have been there for a large chunk of that movie where it's just them walking around doing fighting and it's not even Pattinson in the costume.
Right.
But we don't know that. So it's hard. It depends. Like Robert Rodriguez is there for he's like, I shoot the whole movie. And you can look at the credits. If there's a second unit, you know that, hey, Matt Reeves was not there the whole time. Sorry,
he
Steve,
usually has that credits like shot, chopped, and something else.
So, yeah, by Robert Rodriguez. Yeah.
But guaranteed, if it's an action sequence and it's not the principal actor doing the stunt, and if it's like one of those shots of like this city, like an overhead shot or going through, it's not the main director. 100%.
Yeah. Like that beginning of the Batman where there's panning around and they're looking through the windows. That's not
That's not Matt Reeves. He's not doing that.
Yeah, he's not there. So Bradley Parker is the second unit director for the Batman. Thanks, could not be reached. So I don't know what. Yeah, so I don't know how much Bradley did. So just think about this: if Bradley shot the car chase, which is one of the highlights, and if he shot those fights in the end, you're like, well, this guy shot a lot of the cool parts, right? Like,
yeah,
Matt Reeves is only there for when the main actors are talking. Now, again, like Star Wars had even more units.
Yeah.
Like, how much did Star Wars have, Sean? Do you remember offhand?
I don't know the original, but I'm pretty sure Return had 3.
I think so too.
But one of them had 5. I remember something like that. It's
Right.
like there's tons of, because there's special effects shots and there's like you
need like the people for. Well, I was on a TV show and I remember on what in front of me was a dialogue scene, and that was like the huge cast, and they had the lights up and everything. It was day for night, what they call day for night. So it was a night scene, but they were shooting it as a day, so they had the lights out.
Yeah.
And then behind me there was a beach, and they were shooting a fight on the beach, second unit, like filming, right?
Right.
And it was just two guys fighting. And you could and it was a smaller crew, right? Because you need a lot of people there.
Right.
Right. But they had this massive thing like in front. And then simultaneously, they were shooting another scene behind me. Right.
Yeah.
So there's always stuff going on. You think, oh, Matt Reeves directed this. Matt Reeves directed probably 75% of it, maybe
even less. There's a lot of random.
Maybe 60.
If you think about Return of the Jedi, and if there's 3 units, oh my God!
Mark Hahn didn't even direct anything. He leaned on Lucas so hard that like it's basically Lucas's movie,
Yeah, I don't know that much about the making of Jedi. Is it mostly Lucas's movie, really? Then, if you think about it,
Mark Hahn got the credit because he was the director, but like he was lost with that film. He's like, I don't know. It's like you're gonna have to help me. And when you see behind the scenes of that, it's always Lucas and Mark Hahn, and it's like they're like joined at the hip, So
yeah. So Arkham, I'm not sure if you knew all of that. Like with these, next time you watch, because you've watched the Batman 400 times. Next time you watch any movie, look for second unit director. We always sit, Sean and Steve and I always look for the credits.
I see second unit director. Yeah, the person that typed it was actually wrong. It's Robert. I can't pronounce his last name.
Okay, so that's fine.
Alonzo. That was
Alonzo?
that's who did the second unit.
Yeah, we don't know what that guy shot. Like
he was the director of the second unit of the Batman.
Yeah, so that guy did a lot of
establishing shots, stuff like that was probably him.
Yeah. Now again, directors are working with second unit people that they're trusting. Like if I'm directing a movie, then I'll say Sean's my second unit director, and if Steve's acting in it, right? I'm not going to just go and find random rubbish people. Say, well, let's get this guy.
Well, Matt
But
Reeves is still screening the dailies, right?
Of course, Matt Reeves sees everything. But Cronenberg, I was watching Shivers. I'm going through the Cronenberg library, and Cronenberg on Shivers, they put him with a production, like 2 production people who are like literally there the whole time. Because this was Cronenberg's first movie where it's like a big movie, a full feature length film, not a student movie. And he's like, I didn't know shit. He goes, I made a couple of movies. I thought I knew stuff. He goes, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
He's like, thank God these guys were there. Because people would come up to you and be like, oh, what do you want us to do with this? And he's like, I don't know. And like, he literally didn't know. He didn't know what the jobs were.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, where do you want us to set up the, the lights or something? He's like, I don't know, wherever you set them up. It's like, well, where are you shooting? It's like, what angles are you using? I don't know. It's like, you can't just put a light. Like, it's like, oh, I didn't know any of that. Right. It's like, because he made movies like I used to make with my 1 camera or 2 cameras and be like, we're using whatever lighting's around because we're not a professional film studio. It's like, just shoot it. Right.
Yeah.
And now it's a real movie. And they're like, oh yeah, it's like in filters. And it's like, what camera lenses are you using? It's like, I don't know. I'm using camera. It's like, okay.
Usually what happens is the director will turn to the DP and be like, I want it to look kind of moody. And then he walks away because he's like, I have no idea how you do that.
Yeah, but Cronenberg's one of those auteur guys who I don't think he uses second unit. Well, he might. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
Only if he was running behind schedule and he needed to.
And he's a schedule guy, and it's all Canadian crap. So
I remember reading an interview with Richard Lester about Superman 3, and he was saying that what he does, he's such a dick. He like, people come up to him. He's the director, right? People come up to him and with a problem. It's like, how do we do this? Like, we gotta make this flying work and stuff like that. And he's like, you know what? That's quite the conundrum. Let me get back to you on that. He said he walks away. And he found that when he comes back 2 hours later, they figured it out. So and he's like, he just says, you know what? They know what they're doing. I don't know what the hell. I don't know how to answer their question. And he's just dawdling around.
What a bastard! Christopher Reeve was directing. Have you seen that part where he's putting out the fire in Superman 3? Yeah. Christopher Reeve is directing.
He's directing that whole thing.
Christopher Reeve is like, okay, I'm gonna fly down here, and then this guy's gonna come here. You're like, where's the director on the?
They're showing this on one of these DVD. I think it's on the Blu-ray.
It's on the Blu-ray,
and I'm like,
Christopher Reeve is
Richard Lester directing this or no?
Yeah, and Richard Pryor was so scared. Christopher Reeve's like, don't worry about it, man. It's all whatever for me now. Because Christopher Reeve doesn't, he's just like so used to it. And he's like, yeah, I got this. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And Richard Pryor's like, wait, am I going to be on wires? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. And Richard Pryor's like literally scared shitless. He's like, wait, but I could fall, right? And he's like, yeah, no, you're not going to fall. Don't worry. He's like, okay. and Christopher Reeve is, he's directing that scene. I'm like, but this is like the best scene where he's putting out the fire. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And I'm like, and it's like he's literally directing. I'm like, this is crazy. It's like, where's Richard Lester? It's like, but Richard Lester always came in on time. Well, that's why, because he's got other people doing shit.
Yeah. Comes in, it's all fixed. Okay,
it's all fixed. Perfect.
I did my job. Yeah.
Action's like, where were you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best, man.
Well, Walter Matthau said it. He was at the Oscars once. He was with Jack Lemmon, and they were, I think he was giving out the best director with Jack Lemmon. And Jack Lemmon's like, oh, some directors do this and this and this. And Walter Matthau's like, some directors are tall, some directors are short. Some directors are English, Czechoslovakian, Russian, blah. He's like, some directors are very good with actors and have no idea how to use a camera. Some directors can stand there and tell you about camera sprockets, camera angles, lenses, filters, and all that, but are completely ignorant of the human condition. And then and then he stops, and Jack Lemmon's like, all of those directors are here tonight.
Oh, that's good. But that's George Lucas. He sucks with the actors, right? Because, and I honestly think I've seen Phantom Menace probably 4 times in the last 2 weeks. I don't know what happened,
man. Yeah,
I just became the Phantom Menace a super expert.
It's cool.
So I've literally watched it 4 times this week.
Yeah.
So the thing is that it's definitely like, I don't think I think Jake Lloyd is like, I'm in a movie, I'm happy. I think everyone else is completely confused as to what is happening because you're not shooting it in order.
Yeah.
Everyone is completely confused. And you're watching, and like Ray Park, who's like, I'm going to be in this big movie and I'm this big action guy. And he's like hyper intense.
Yeah. He's just doing his own thing. Yeah.
He's just doing it. Darth Maul's like, I'm just in this movie on my own and I'm kicking the shit out of people, right? And Liam Neeson is just tall and has a super pumped up voice that he just says stuff. And it's just like, yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Like Qui-Gon, it's like, no, Anakin, or no, my Padawan, do this. It's like, okay. And everyone else is just like, I'm just saying the dialogue in a way that I think makes sense in this scene because Lucas gives zero attention.
Yeah.
It's all the technical. George Lucas is the guy who knows all the cameras and the lights have to be here. So you need him on there as a tech advisor and story consultant.
Yeah.
Other than that, when it's time to get to the heart of it and the characters talking to each other, he needs to step away and let someone else come in.
And when you think about maybe that's where Marcon stepped in for Return, because there's some good character stuff in that.
Character stuff,
but I think what it was he was just so intimidated by all the technical aspects of that. There's guys in costumes, and there's like big ADSTs and stuff, and there's like practical ones in that movie, and he was like, I don't understand any of this. It just just give me the actors and let me But yeah, so I think that's what it was.
J-Man, did you see the Namor first look for the MCU?
Oh yeah, is that official, Arkham?
Yeah, that's what he was.
Have you guys seen it or no?
No.
Not a lot of people are gonna be happy.
Okay, let's play a little game.
Wait till you see Hercules in Thor. God,
is he in it or no?
He's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on the 8th. Thor.
Yeah, we're actually seeing it on the 9th. We couldn't make it the first.
We're seeing it on the 8th.
No, no, is that the 8th?
You wanted to see it on the 7th, and I couldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was the 7th. Yeah, we couldn't go.
Yeah.
I'm getting the picture. Hold on, I'm getting the picture. Oh, it was on Twitter, man. Now I can't. Why can't I find it?
Just search Namor MCU. That's yeah. A lot of like.
You know what I realized though? For Wakanda Forever, they missed Wakanda Returns. Oh, come on. That was all right.
Yeah.
I had a couple of thumbs up on that when I made that comment. A couple of people got it. Because it's supposed to be Wakanda Returns, then Wakanda Forever, then Wakanda and whatever.
No, Wakanda and Robin, yeah.
Arkham, do you have the picture and we can share
Wakanda Begins?
I saw it on Twitter. I can't find it now. And I searched MCU.
Search Namor.
I searched Namor MCU.
Let me see. Namor.
And let me search on Twitter.
Sean, I think these guys are just making it up, man. They can't find the evidence now.
No, I saw it. I saw it. I'll find it. Okay, here we go. I found it.
I know.
I found there's a few different pictures of it. So let me get the main one here. Oh, Jay, thanks. Could not be reached. I want to put it on my. I want to put it in the stream so we can look at it.
A lot of people have mixed feelings about the look.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a game.
You play a game.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about. Okay, I'm gonna play a game. This is gonna be a very interesting game. The game is, what does J-Man think of this?
Oh, I can't wait.
No. Hold on a second. Don't get too. Hold on. It's gonna be good. Hold on. Let's get to add my photos here. Add an overlay. Now we can't see the full thing. There, I saw a full body shot somewhere, which for some reason I can't find the full body shot now. Let me see if Could Not Be Reached send me the full body shot. Okay, this is it. This is the picture that I've seen.
What's that from? Is it like a licensing thing, or?
I have no idea what. Yeah,
it's a official leaked photo of what he looks like, and you have another look.
Well, it's his head on a drawn body, though. Like, that's a really bad Photoshop. So is this real or no?
It's real.
Like, the head isn't even the same quality as the rest of the body.
Yeah, here's another version or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the full body shot.
Okay.
All
He's
right.
got wings.
Okay, so let's play. Let's play. What does J-Man think about this? So, and do head to toe. Now you can't really see the face perfectly here. That's slightly better. You have to look at it. You have to try to find it yourself online to look at it very clearly to see. So, what do you guys think I think about it, and about all aspects of it? And I'll get a checklist to see what you're guessing. Right, hold on.
Oh, I sent you the last photo.
All right. Okay,
there's one more photo.
Oh, is there one more photo?
Yeah, I sent you.
Oh, you sent it to me? Okay, hold on. Let's go to Twitter. Got it.
Are those wings supposed to be out of his feet, or are they out of the
boots?
In this new picture that Arkham just sent me, they're definitely out of his feet. So that is true. So here's another version. I don't know what that headdress is for, but
oh Jesus Christ, this is worse.
Okay, all right. So let's keep these two are the kind of
this, yeah.
Okay, so what do you go through every aspect, and I'll give you checks with your right or checks with your wrong.
Every aspect.
Yeah, like his head, his body, whatever.
Head is wrong. His hairstyle is wrong.
No, like what do you think I think?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you're sorry. So say that again. So you think I hate his face?
Yeah. His hair is wrong. You don't like his hair. Ears.
I think you like this overall. That's why I don't know why we're going over the aspects of it. He has a bare chest. He doesn't have the black thing and all that.
Yeah.
He has green and gold as his scheme.
Motif.
He has the wings. I thought they're gonna get rid of those.
Yeah.
Green trunks. Usually there's bangles or whatever, but here it's like a gauntlet. And there's also like on his thing, but like for something where they're trying to make it different but the same.
The boots are bad.
Way not what I thought they're gonna do. I thought they're gonna just like make him clothed and all that shit, right?
Yeah, I thought he'd have black pants, to be honest.
Like his ears are pointy.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer the Spock Widow's Peak thing.
Yeah.
that's Namor to me.
Does he have facial hair?
He does.
Facial hair's off. Can't have facial hair. That green necklace thing obviously shouldn't be there. The belt
breaks shit up, I guess.
The belt? What do you think of the belt, Sean?
I don't care. The thing is, what I would prefer is just this and just the Speedos, and that's it. And Widow's Peak, but you're not going to get that. You're going to get an actor's interpretation of it, and someone trying to make an interesting design that's got elements that are interesting, but still retaining. Like I'm surprised he doesn't have clothes on his chest.
At least he's got a.
That's bullshit. But I don't know what the other shit is. But
the photo that I sent, that is the second costume that he gets in the movie.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So what are the tails?
They got rid of
from his headdress.
Yeah, it's from his headdress.
I don't like that.
I don't like this at all.
But that's not gonna be. That's gonna be like Thor's helmet. Like anything that obscures the face, they're not gonna have on his on him. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so you guys, wow. You did not say anything. I agree with everything you said. Not one. You interpreted exactly. Okay, his face, the facial hair is garbage. Just why is it there? He needs the Widow's Peak. Just give it to him. It's a hairstyle. Just give it to him. Now, one thing you can't tell on this photo because it's too small. He has a thing through his nose.
Oh, yeah,
which I hate.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like a Mayan thing, right? So he has a thing through his nose. I hate that.
Yeah.
So his head is garbage. The rest of it is cool because look, it's bare chest. I want bare chest.
Yeah.
I want gauntlets. I want the yellow belt. I want the green trunks, and I want the wings out of the feet.
Yeah.
Clobby, I know you're barfing. He has a nose pin. I know that's bad. His head is garbage.
Yeah.
And this thing around his collar, like he doesn't need that. But the rest of it is pretty close. Come on, Clobby. It's not that off of what Namor is. It's pretty. That's the best. I just like what Sean said. I'm shocked that we even have a bare-chested, barefoot.
Yeah, Namor.
That it's just his face looks garbage. So Steve, you called it right. The face is garbage. Sean, you called it right. I like the rest of it.
I'm shocked he has the wings. I don't know how they're gonna make him flap. Maybe flap close to the.
Clobby wants the exact Namor, but it's never gonna happen, man. You know that.
That's never gonna happen.
But
never
like,
gonna happen.
I just like I do understand why they changed it up because like people say it's gonna be compared to Aquaman.
Yeah.
And they don't want comparisons.
The one thing I definitely do not like is the boot thing. I don't like that because to me, Namor is a swimmer, and those look like they could weigh him down.
So see, here he doesn't have them.
Those he doesn't have.
No, he has bare feet in the other one too.
Yes,
no,
he's got
he's
like
talking
that
about the gauntlets.
foot length thing.
They're
But I
gauntlet,
don't see
Or
the point of
anklets.
that.
They're anklets.
Yeah, they're anklets.
Uh,
Whatever. I mean,
Or shin
again,
straps or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I look. I want the real costume.
Yeah.
There's no point in asking me. There's never going to be a point ever asking me what I want. I want the goddamn comic.
Yeah.
That's it. I want the yellow Wolverine with blue shoulder pads that are cut off here for some reason, with those tiger stripe thing. I want exactly that. Or for me, I like brown costume.
We never got a great Thor. I mean, Thor has been
Thor's
trashed
no.
for all of these. It's like
All
just
of
put
these.
the helmet on him. God damn.
I want the normal Thor.
Yeah.
I always want the real comic book character. I'm not going to get it. So now I have to.
Okay.
now I have
Atuma's
to-
the one I think will be the deal breaker.
Which one?
Fucking see Atuma.
Oh dear. Let me see.
Atuma. I didn't.
Okay.
You have him?
What?
Yeah, okay.
Is it bad?
Uh,
Let me see.
Is he blue?
Oh, I see him.
There is that.
Yeah,
There's always that.
I mean, there's a lot to not like about the MCU, man.
Look, oh my God, Superman and Lois. Can we just say this for 2 seconds? When he went up to the sun and charged, you know what I thought was going to happen? I had hope. You know what? This is what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to go in the sun, and it would burn his costume, and then he'd come down and have to use the Max Fleischer costume because that's the only one he had left.
Yeah.
And I thought, then they'll just keep him in that, and then that didn't happen. I was like, damn. Okay,
I've
so
missed the last two because I just don't have any enthusiasm. I'll watch it.
You missed nothing
yeah,
much.
well, the last one is the only one that had action, and
Oh, good.
and
It
he
had
got
action,
powered
yes.
up. Like Superman destroyed everybody, but like
Yeah.
it was like really 5 minutes. It's like, what about the rest of the season?
Yeah.
To get
And-
5
and-
minutes of coolness,
And Lois is now telling everyone that's who Superman is.
right?
I
Like,
did
she
like.
tells someone, and I was like, why would you tell this character? That's
Oh, that's
idiotic.
not that bad. Did you see Atuma?
No.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's okay. But I do like the part where he goes in the sun and recharges and he goes super fast. That is pretty cool.
I mean, that was fine. He beat Allie in 2 seconds, which
Realistically, he would have because she's
realistically, yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's not beyond. That's not
No,
hyper garbage.
it's not horrible. At least he's blue.
He's got the two things. That's the most iconic thing about it. Too.
Yeah, the
Two
helmet?
things on there. Yeah, it's different, but it has two
Yeah.
spikes on top.
Yep, it's kind of it's not like
So wait a minute. What's happening in this movie? It's Wakanda forever, right? And I guess they have to pick a new Black Panther, but then Namor's mad at them, but also Atuma's around.
I have no clue what the movie is.
What in hell is this mess? This is getting like DC now, man. What is this?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap this up in a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna try to get onto the Star Trek stream for Clobby's channel. But yeah, I like look. Oh my gosh, I don't know. They're doing it as a Mayan thing, which just do Atlantis. I don't. It's like, well, they might compare to Aquaman. Too bad. Aquaman is very similar to Namor.
Aquaman's after.
Then don't use Namor if you're nervous.
Yeah, and the thing is that Namor predates Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like Namor really? Well, maybe Captain America's first, but Namor, Human Torch, like the Invaders.
Yeah.
That's the first Marvel, like that's pre-Marvel.
Yeah, I guess Human Torch is before Namor.
I think he is.
They're both before Captain America.
Yeah, okay. So Namor, then that means Human Torch might be first. Clobby will know. If he's still on, Clobby might know. I think Human Torch might be first because I went back and read the first. I got those Master Golden Age Golden Age Master works.
Yeah,
and I read the entire friggin' Human Torch thing. Like I don't know why I just got pumped up for Human Torch. I'm like, I'm reading all this, and I haven't read all of Namor, but Namor is when they team up or they fight each other or whatever, it's like super pumped. So I think that's all. I think Namor maybe Namor is the first Marvel character.
Bill Everett, right?
Bill Everett, baby.
Yeah.
Bill Everett is awesome. I'm on a Facebook group. That's like one of my oldest Facebook groups because Namor is like. I always would say Namor's my favorite because I hated saying Spider-Man or Hulk or Cyclops or these generic people that everyone thinks their favorite. If I'm being honest, Namor isn't my favorite because really I didn't grow up with Namor. Yeah. But I wanted Namor to get love. I have a whole shelf of Namor stuff.
Yeah.
I try to buy every toy. Like when the Funko Pop came, I know Funko Pops. When the Funko Pop came out in the green shorts Namor, I bought 4 of those. It's like I love Namor.
Well,
you know, it's like
you consider everyone trying to ape Superman and all the stuff that was coming out at the time. Namor is interesting because it's so different.
Right.
It's like they didn't copy Namor until like 3 decades later. It's like you know, but and he looked different. Like they tried to make him look like he wasn't quite human. Like he's the first Spock
he's weird
looking guy, right? So
and actually he's the first mutant, and now that they backtracked that and said that's a mutant gene or whatever, that he's able to be human and still Atlantean or whatever. And like they made his head a bit weird. If you look at the old Golden Age ones, he was a bit more like he was very thin here, and he was a bit more angular, and his head was a little bit more.
He's weird, yeah.
He was weird. It was kind of cool. And then I love the Widow's Peak. Like I just think it's so. I know it's a Doc Savage thing. I don't know who did it first, who wore it better, or who wore it first, Doc Savage or Namor. I'm okay if Namor didn't have it. If it was just more like scruggly hair here and it kind of like went up a bit.
Yeah.
Because then Doc Savage needs to have the perfect Widow's Peak. But yeah, Josh, hey, Kamala Khan isn't an Inhuman. Oh, that show's so boring. I'm not actually angry at that show. It's just boring.
The last 2 episodes were better than the first 2.
Yeah, but still not enough.
But the thing is, there's no costume. When Buddy gave her like the thing, I was like, "Oh, is that the costume?" And it wasn't. It was just a sweater or whatever. It was like, okay.
There's no forward momentum, Sean. Like she got the powers, and now she's just investigating why she got the powers instead of using her powers for anything. She's just like, what is this angle and what is the history of my family? I'm like, what is going on? Just fight people. Like, what is going on?
Right, fight people. Yeah, this like, oh, let's go back to the history of my family. I don't care. I know Doc Savage. I know that. I meant Human Torch. Human Torch versus Namor. Human Torch versus Namor is what we were wondering. But so Doc Savage has the Widow's Peak before, because I don't think he had the Widow's Peak in the very, very beginning of those pulps, at least not on the covers. Yeah. The Widow's Peak, when did that? I don't know. That came in later, I think.
Let me just before we go, I picked up the Mars Attacks figures.
Nice.
The new Super 7. Yeah. So this is the one where they kill the dog or whatever.
Yeah.
This is the one. This is the Burnt Human.
Oh,
that guy. Oh, and this is like they're getting ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think these are neat. They just came out, so
I have all the cards. I bought the digital collection of all the cards.
Yeah, I'll never get the physical cards. They're way pricey. I got that book.
I thought so, man. Yo, dude, I thought so. Name more. I've got
yeah.
I had
awesome.
that's what I have in digital, Sean. I have that.
Oh yeah. I have to get the physical, man.
Yeah.
J-Man,
Yeah.
before you go,
Yeah.
are you going to get the new issue of I think it's Detective Comics issue I think it's 124. 124.
Of
Batman.
Batman? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I get all Batman, yeah.
So this is starting a new
story?
No, it's actually a new story completely. So after 123, no, I think a different one. There's two different stories. So there's two different stories. 123 starts a new story with the new programmer, whatever, with Batman. But in Detective Comics issue, I think it's 61. I have there's gonna be this new entire issue with Detective Comics where they're doing a completely new thing where it's not after 61. I think that story ends and they start
1061.
Yeah, and they start.
I'm like 3 behind on Detective Comics. I'm only 1 behind on Batman because I like Batman better than Detective Comics. I think.
Before I'll show you what I'm talking about because.
Yep. Real quick, I gotta go in like 1 minute. 1 minute countdown. Go.
Have to. Okay. Right here. Come on. Load. Okay, got it. I have to load.
Get your camera.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, I'll do it like
that. Okay. This is the new series.
Ooh.
This is the new series. So after you read this one, this is the end of the entire series. This is the end, and this is the rebirth of a new Detective Comics series that's starting with this one. And I love the covers. The cover
looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You have new writers and everything like that.
Well, I'll be getting it for sure, anyways. Yeah. Like.
And it's no matter what. I think it's starting like I don't know what kind of story it's gonna be, but like you're gonna have Catwoman, Batman, Superman, and like the 2 characters, Jim Gordon and that. But like, it's interesting that they're starting a new story. Like they usually keep going with the story and keep doing it, but they're starting a new.
Sometimes they do that though. They would do that sometimes, where the numbering continues, but we lost Sean. I think Sean had to go. Yeah, they'll continue it on with the numbering, but the story and creative team all's new, so it's almost like it's like rebooting, but it's not rebooting, but it kind of is. They've done it. They have done it like Batman 401 did that. 400 ended a thing, and then 401 kind of almost started again, but it's still the same. The numbers continue, and they'll always do that. The Detective Comics stopped numbering for New 52, and no one liked that, and that's why they went back to legacy numbering.
Yeah, but
which is good. I like that. I prefer that. I don't mind if 1062 or 1061 starts a new thing. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't. For me, I don't care if the number keeps going higher and higher.
Like that.
Because like for me, I don't like when if you go to a specific number, you start back from 1. Like
I hate that because there's so many number 1s you can't figure out where you're at.
Yeah.
And before you go, did you read Nightwing?
No, I haven't read Nightwing yet. I have to read. So my channel, my weekly comic talk is always X-Men. So I have to read X-Men. There's 4 issues of X-Men this week, so I have to read those first because people. There's a lot. I know you guys everyone watches my Fandom Zone stuff for the DC talk and all that, but like a lot of my main channel people, my subscribers come back for X-Men. So I have to read every week I have to read all the X-Men books first, and there was 4 or 5 this week that I had to read. So I'm like, my DC is behind a week because I have to read the X-Men first. That's my first priority because for DC I read for myself and I don't review those. So I'll relax on Saturday morning and read
Maybe
those
you
from
should
our,
do like
DC reviews.
a DC Wiki review.
I was going to do that. The thing is, I'm doing.
I
too many
would
other
definitely
weekly
show
things.
up.
Yeah. No, I do too many weekly things. I just can't. I can't fit it in right now because Steve and I are having a lot of fun doing the wrestling. Sean and I are doing the '90s stuff, and now I'm on Action Elite once a week doing action movies. So it's like there's only so many, and I have a day job. So, but okay. On that note, I got to go. We're going to be live again. I'm going to be in the Action Elite on Wednesday. We're talking about our five favorite John Carpenter movies. I think everyone on here, well, Steve and Sean, I think are on there as well. So that's this Wednesday. Steve and I are doing the wrestling talk on Thursday because Sean and I are taking a week break on the 90s comics. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you on Wednesday on the Action Elite. Link is in the description. Take care.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.